It's time for football. This is a presentation of Eagle Media and Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. This is the Game of the Week.
It's been over 20 years since Salina Central or Great Bend had an opportunity to play for a state championship in Class 5A, but tonight one of those streaks will come to an end as the Mustangs and Panthers square off in a semifinal showdown here in Great Bend. Hello everyone and welcome inside the broadcast booth here at Great Bend High School. Tyler Henry alongside you, and it is so good to have you with us for another playoff installment of our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week presented tonight by the Bennington State Bank. This game will feature two teams that have lost just one combined game, boasting a combined record of 21-1 coming into this matchup. It will also feature multiple future NCAA Division I athletes, like Notre Dame commit Ian Premer at tight end, future Jayhawk Caden Snyder at left tackle, and future UNI commit Cooper Reeves, who will go play Division I wrestling next year. Both teams feature an offense that's scoring over 44 points a game with over 370 yards of total offense. Both teams feature electric quarterback play, elite defenders, and solid run games. Both teams will be hungry for a return to the 5A state title game in Emporia on Thanksgiving weekend. These two have met 36 times before, but never in a game this big. Who comes out on top? You'll have to stay tuned to find out. This is the Salina Post Game of the Week presented by the Bennington State Bank. Coming up next, we'll hear from both head coaches before we send it back to the stadium where Anthony Georges and Brian Field will have the call. It's all right here on the Salina Post Sports Network and the NFHS Network.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Come home for the holidays at Aeroplanes Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square feet for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included. Sod, landscape, and sprinklers already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 5 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing cost. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
Back here on the pregame show as we get you ready for a semifinal showdown between Great Bend and Salina Central. We are joined now by Panther head coach Aaron Beck. And Coach, first and foremost, congrats on the huge win last week, and thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. It's a fun time of year right now, and we're excited for another great opportunity here tonight against a really good football team.
Well, and you take a look at the season, right? You and the guys are here in the Final Four, undefeated 11-0, ranked as the number 1 team in Class 5A. But, through it all, what would you say has been the best thing you've seen out of your guys this season?
I thought that we just kind of really came into this year with a lot more laser-sharp focus on, the task at hand. Our motto has been, climb the ladder and just make sure we're not looking forward or looking back. And I think the most proud thing I've had as a coach with this group is how we have continued to get better each week, and that's kind of a testament to how much these kids care and how much these coaches have been putting into these guys. And hopefully that's the key, because we're going to have to continue to get better this week and have to be better than we were last week tonight versus Salina Central.
Well, and last week was really the first true challenge your team received. It was your first one-score game when all was said and done. When you went back and watched the tape from your rematch with Hayes, what impressed you the most?
Yeah, I think that it was kind of one of those games where you went into it going, all right, whose defense has a better chance of stopping who? And I thought their defensive game plan was really good versus us. Did some things that are just a little I don't know, uncharacteristic of a defensive scheme, and it gave us some issues. Kind of switched some things up from the previous matchup, and that's what good teams do, and we kind of had to counter, but got them just enough times to kind of give our defense a little bit of breathing room, and I thought our defense just made some huge stops and key moments to have some big fourth down stops because you knew Hayes was going to be able to run the football with that big offensive line and that really good running back, and just kind of had a bend but don't break mentality and held them out there at the end to get that win.
This is a program that you took over in 2016. 4 solid seasons, 2 winless seasons, and then right back to the success of 7-3, 6-4, 9-1, and now 11-0. You know, from a program building standpoint, what has been the biggest key to the sustained success that Great Bend has found here?
Yeah, I mean, I think high school athletes can ebb and flow, you know, especially at this level. You sometimes can play really good competition, and then, you know, sometimes it's down a little bit. And I think the biggest thing is just when you have kids that really buy in and believe in what you're doing. And that's kind of what this group, this senior class, has really had. You know, since they came in here as freshmen, a lot of these guys have played a lot of meaningful football for us. Even the last 2 times we played Salina Central, these guys were starting for us. So, yeah, they just have a lot of experience, and that kind of creates a culture within your younger kids. So I'm really excited about, you know, our freshman group and sophomore group getting to see the way these guys prepare and go about their business. Hopefully can continue this thing on.
You mentioned climb the ladder, obviously keeping the focus on the game in front of you, but at the same time, you and your team now find yourselves 2 wins away from the first state title in Great Bend history. Obviously, you know, you've been playing exceptional football, but what would it take for your guys to hoist the trophy on Thanksgiving weekend?
Yeah, I mean, that's been this group's ultimate goal and this team's ultimate goal. You know, always to begin with the end in mind, and kind of, you know, that opportunity to do something like that is right here. But you got to make sure you keep your feet where they are and focus on this task, because if you start letting that creep into your mind, that's when you can get beat. And that's very true of this Salina Central team. They are good up front. They have one of the toughest running backs I've seen. So we're gonna have to be really good tonight.
I know Ian Premer gets a lot of hype around the state of Kansas, but this is an offense that's a machine across the board. Last week was the first time all year that you'd been held to under 38 points. You know, what has been the biggest key to this team's success offensively in your mind?
Yeah, I think a lot of it is I thought our offensive line has just continued to get better and better each week. And then, you know, the ball runs through our quarterback's hands, and he's made some unbelievable decisions. Daxton Min has been a kid that kind of grew up around this program, and then is really coming to fruition here as the leader of it. And he's just made some really good decisions with the football, whether it's, you know, getting it out, like you said, to Ian and Cooper, or, you know, running it with his legs. He's gotten a lot faster this year and stronger. So he's a kid that this offense kind of runs through.
Defensively, your team has held every single opponent you've played under 25 points this year. You know, you don't win in November without elite defensive play. What has stood out to you most on that side of the ball this season?
Yeah, when you have linebackers like those Kern brothers, Trent and Kale, that can run freely and tackle, you know, the unsung heroes up front, that defensive line to try to keep those guys clean, has been probably the key to our success. And you know, and being able to use guys like Ian and Cooper. I mean, they're kids that you just can't keep off the field on both sides of the ball. They're just so dynamic. I mean, any high school football coach in the nation would be crazy not to be playing those guys both ways because of what they can do. And they kind of help sure up that back end so the guys up front can really focus on the run and trying to stop that. And that'll be key here tonight.
Well, and it's a huge semifinal game. It's in Great Bend tonight. You know, I know last week the stadium was rocking. How big is it to have this game in front of your home fans on your home turf?
Yeah, it means a ton. You know, I think the community support that these guys feel from our administrator students, you know, the entire town is pretty special. And I know it'll be extra special tonight, knowing this is the last time they get to play in front of these guys. So it was rocking last week, and I expect it. Kind of after seeing some of the crowds at that Central South game last week, I expect it to be every bit as full. And it'll be a great atmosphere. And it sounds like the rain's going to stay away for us tonight, so hopefully it'll be a beautiful atmosphere.
Can't wait. Well, and it's a rematch of a quarterfinal game with Salina Central from 2 years back. This is another team that has been on a roll here as of late. You know, when you watch the Mustangs on tape, what stands out to you right away?
Big offensive line that really plays well together. You know, is very technical sound, but is also just very physical at the point of contact. And then obviously their running back is like I said earlier, is one of the tougher kids that I've seen. And I know the film doesn't do it justice. We're going to get a firsthand taste of how hard he really runs. So it'll be key making sure that we tackle well, and their quarterback does a really nice job with some of their read game, being able to pull that thing and keep defenses on their toes. And their receivers are good enough to win those one-on-one battles when he pulls that thing and rips it when teams are trying to load the box. So offensively, they're extremely scary. Defensively, they're very sound in what they do. They trust their scheme. They line up, correctly. They do those kind of little things, and then they're fast. Probably one of the faster defenses I've seen when I turn the film on. So it's a great test. I mean, there's a reason they're 11-1 or 10-1 and in this game, so it's gonna be a great game.
You've got playmakers, really all over the field on offense and on defense, but specifically offensively. How do you get some of those guys rolling and comfortable early in this game, and kind of get yourself something you can hang your hat on moving forward?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. You got to get the ball in their hands, and that's any good football player, playmaker like these guys will tell you is that get them involved early, figure out ways to create some matchup problems, and that will be what we try to do tonight, and what we try to do, every night, is to get 14 the ball in space and let him do his thing, because he can be a little bit of a cheat code for a coach, and that's a nice luxury to have.
Well, and last thing for you here, Coach, I know we've talked a little offense, we've talked a little defense, but overall, what would you say are the biggest keys to the game to get this win and punch that ticket to the state championship game next week?
Yeah, I think a lot of it will come down to tackling. We have to be able to tackle really well and get 11 guys to the football when their guy has the ball, because he runs the ball extremely hard, and then just offensively, just not beat ourselves. Just try to make sure that we're not making some of the mistakes. I thought we were a little uncharacteristic, some of our mistakes that we made last week. So making sure we shore some of those things up, and that will be key. And I'm sure they're kind of thinking the same thing. Making sure that they tackle our playmakers in space and not shoot themselves in the foot. So it's kind of a mirrored game plan, I have a feeling, going into this one.
Well, Coach Beck, thank you so much for your time, sir, and best of luck to your Panthers here tonight.
All right. Well, thanks for having me on.
Once again, that was Aaron Beck, head coach of the Great Bend Panthers. We will step away, but when we return, pregame rolls on. You are watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's presented by the Bennington State Bank.
Ready, set, Ford at Law MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Law MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Law MacArthur on the south side of Salina or lawmacarthur.com.
Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electric in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Precision Electrical Contractors is looking for licensed journeyman electricians as well as apprentice electricians. Apply online at pecsalina.com.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Ryan Roofing to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call on Ryan Roofing and let their 30 years of experience go to work for you.
The Black Friday sales event is rolling at Marshall Motors. Save big on power, performance, and family comfort, like up to $10,000 off the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn, or 0% for 60 months. Take up to $6,000 off the Ram 2500 Tradesman, and $10,000 off the lifted Ram 2500 Black Widow, plus $2,000 off the Dodge Durango GT Hemi, or $6,500 off the Chrysler Pacifica Select. Only at Marshall Motors in Salina.
Back here on the pregame show as we get ready for a semifinal showdown between Salina Central and Great Bend. We are joined now by Mustang head coach Mark Sanbo. And coach, first and foremost, congrats on the huge win last week, and thank you for stopping by.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me.
So we have to start with last week, a 49-24 win over your crosstown rival Salina South. Your guys dominated on the ground. You pulled away late. You know, when you went back and watched the tape, what are the things that stood out most to you?
I think kind of the stuff that we saw on film is what we saw live. I mean, we had a really good game plan. Our staff put together offensively, defensively, special teams when it was needed. But, only punting once and feeling like, it was kind of our fault that we backed ourselves up in just some little things. We can chalk that up to the win. But, scoring 35 points in the second half, feeling like we had an opportunity there to get them off the field late in the second quarter and possibly go down and go score and go 21-10. Instead, we get a holding call on the back end. They get a first down. They take it down and score at the end of the half and go up 17-14. But I think what I would say is most reflective for me is the resilience and the character that our kids showed. Going in a half. You could really go the other way. You could really go the other way after you're hearing all this noise all week, and then you're down 17-14. But our kids didn't. There was no finger pointing. There was coaching going on. There wasn't any yelling. Probably the most frustrated I was in the game was maybe that fourth or that 3rd and 35 when we called the timeout. But halftime was really composed, really directive, really intentional, and then obviously our kids responded offensively and defensively. When you rush for 425 plus yards, I mean that's a mauling of physicality.
Well, and it felt, at least, from a Salina standpoint, it felt like we all stepped into a time machine, right? The matchup from the early 2000s, the energy from the crowd, the early 2000s. You guys threw it back to the early 2000s, too. 438 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns. That's like the Mustang teams of old. What impressed you most about the way your guys got it done on the ground last week?
Yeah, just the continuation of it. It looks easy, but it's not. It requires everybody executing on the perimeter, in the box, the back reading, doing the right thing. And our quarterback, he had some opportunities to throw within those however many carries we had, 44, 45. But he knew what was our bread and butter that night, and he kept handing the rock to Coop, and Coop made the most of it. But, our offensive players of the game was our offensive line and our sniffer, our tight end, Noah Peck. And those guys were absolutely fantastic and absolutely physical last Friday.
All of this happened in front of an audience of about 10,000 people at Salina Stadium, another 17,000 online. What did you think about just the atmosphere and the way the community showed out on Friday?
It was incredible. What a great opportunity for our kids. What a great opportunity to shine a spotlight statewide on the Salina community. For people to look at and be like, man, that's where I'd like to go. That's where I'd like to play. That's what I'd like to be part of. That was an environment, second to none. And we talked about the potential opportunity. We don't cheer for South around here very much, but we knew that could be the case if they win, that, our kids could play as well as their kids could play in an environment that, they'll be talking about when they're 65 to their grandchildren. And that's the opportunity that presented itself.
Obviously, being here, still playing football in the Final Four, like you mentioned, you got Christmas music going every now and then on Spotify. It means a ton to the community. It means a ton to these kids. But, for you and for your staff who have helped rebuild this program over the last 8 years, what is taking this team back to the doorstep of a state title game mean for the first time since 2007?
I think it's huge for the program. It's huge for our school. It's huge for our stakeholders. It's huge for the community. There's a feeling within this community
and a backing that football, has the biggest light on it. And there's a pressure of, win football games, win a lot of them, but win those big ones in November. And, fortunately we've won 3 in November right now. And there's an expectation and a feeling within our program that there's another one to go get. And I can't say that we've always said that, and I don't think any coach would. But we've had a couple teams here that we could probably say, hey, we'll play anybody anytime. And this is one of those teams. But this football team we're going to play this Friday of Great Bend is really good. And we're going to have to play our best. But that's what we're asking for our kids. I mean, 49, 62, 69. And then what we're doing defensively, turning it over, we're playing our best football every other week, and we want to continue that for this next Friday and us to say that was our best football game of the year.
I've had a chance to cover, you and your program here for the last 6 years. You've always had a saying, pressure is privilege. A lot of both this week as your guys travel to Great Bend to take on the number 1 team in the state and a team that ended your most recent deep run. Mentally, how are the guys balancing the weight of the moment with the confidence in their ability to go out and get this done?
Yeah, really well. And you'd expect that from a group of 18 seniors. There's an emotional high of beating your rival and winning a game like that in front of people like that. But with this group, there was come Monday, there was a regrouping of, hey, now our eyes are on a different opponent. And, that takes leadership, that takes maturity. That takes a staff that is modeling the right way. And, I think with all that being said, we understand what's in front of us, and our kids are locked in on this red and black team.
Well, let's talk about that red and black team. So far, no one's really had an answer for Great Bend. They played in their first one-score game last week in a 29-22 win over Hayes. When you scout the Panthers on film, what are the first things that stand out to you right away?
Yeah, they have some electric players. The Premier kid stands 6'6", 6'5", 235 pounds. When you watch him on film, you don't think he's moving, but you have to remember 6'6" looks a little bit different because he's absolutely hawking people down. And then the Amnok kid, has a special speed and athleticism. Those guys are different. But then, you throw in the current boys who've been playing since their sophomores and freshman years. Now they're seniors. You throw in the Mitten kid, who's a terrific quarterback, been playing since his sophomore year. Like, they have pieces that make them really special. And, for us to get a win in Great Bend in a hostile environment like that, we can't turn the football over. We got to score on our opportunities, and we got to play really physical and disciplined football.
I know, to the uninitiated, a lot of attention goes to Notre Dame commit Ian Premer, but this is a balanced, dynamic offense. What, in your opinion, makes them so good on that side of the ball? And, how do you slow a team with so many weapons like that down?
Yeah, they have the benefit of having a kid like Premer or Amnok where, I think where they can be like, we really don't – every once in a while, believe it or not, us as play callers, we're kind of like, man, we don't know what to call here. They have a little benefit. They can say, you know what, let's just do something to 14 and see what happens. And most cases, good things happen when you throw it up to them. But I'll really tell you, the guy that I think makes that offense go is their quarterback. He works off script, he works off schedule on times, and does a lot of good things. Who I'd compare him to is Griffin Hall. They're very similar, and when the Mitten kid's playing really well, like they're a tough team to get off the field.
On the other side of the ball, defensively, Great Bend has allowed 20 or more points just twice, only once since week 2. Obviously, you've got one of the most electric offenses in the state of Kansas, but how do you come into a game like this and move the ball effectively against a defense like the one the Panthers have?
Yeah, I think we match up really well against them. I think their defensive front is maybe an area to attack for them. Their second level, their backers are really good. Their third level is maybe even better and elite when you got the Premer and you got the Akmon kid back there, not to mention another couple corners that they can put in there that are really good. But I think how we match up with the possibility of running the football at them, being content, controlling the ball, being content with a 3 to 5 or 7 yard gain, and staying at it. Very similar to maybe what we did against South. We were maybe a little more explosive against South than we'll probably be against these guys. But there's got to be a real attention to detail that, hey, we got to be physical, and 5 yards is a really good football play.
Well, and last thing for you here, Coach, and then we talked a little offense, we talked a little defense, but overall, if you boil it down, what would you say are your biggest keys to the game to punch that ticket to the first state championship game since 2005 for Salina Central?
Yeah, we got to limit explosive plays. Anytime Premer or Akmon get the ball, they're explosive. We have to score inside the red zone. They really bow up inside the red zone. The field gets shorter. Premer gets to work down in the box a little bit more. When we get into those opportunities, we got to score. And then we got to create some turnovers. We've been really good. I think we've turned the ball over ourselves offensively 3 times all year. We got to turn them over. 3 times turning them over would be a great number. And then something needs to happen in the special teams game, whether it's a return or it's a forced fumble or it's a block kick. We need something special happen in the special teams game to swing some momentum here and there. But I think if we do those things on top of being disciplined, on top of being physical, on top of being fast, it could be a really electric Friday night for Salina Central.
Well, I can't wait to see it. It should be a lot of fun. Coach Sanbo, thank you so much for your time. Best of luck to your Mustangs tonight.
Tyler, appreciate the support all year.
Once again, that was Mark Sanbo, head coach of the Central Mustangs. We will step away, but when we return, pregame rolls on. You are watching the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. It's brought to you this week by the Bennington State Bank.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
And now back to the football action with your Game of the Week.
It is cold, it is rainy, it is November, and it is sub-state football time. Hi, everybody. I'm Anthony Georges, joined alongside Brian Field. We are at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. It is number 1 in Class 5A West against number 2. It is Great Bend, the Panthers hosting the number 2 seed Salina Central Mustangs. This is going to be a good one. The Panthers undefeated, Salina Central just a 1 loss on the year partner. Again, I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. This is going to be a fun one tonight. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is brought to you by Bennington State Bank. Going to be a fun one, but let's get right to it. Our new image audio keys to the game tonight. What are you looking for out of these two teams?
Well, several things. You said it, Anthony. I think the big thing tonight, let's face it, this is football weather. we haven't had real football weather this whole season. The weather has been absolutely beautiful for football. Tonight, cool. It's wet. It feels like football weather. The thing is, you've got number 1 against number 2 in the West. You and I actually had an opportunity to call the one loss this year that Salina Central had, and that was against an Andover football team that did a really good job at 2 things. Number 1, keeping the ball out of the hands of Salina Central's offense. Number 2, they shut down Cooper Reeves running the football. Cooper did not have a good game against Andover. Of course, last week he ran for 309 yards and 6 touchdowns against Salina South. So the key tonight for Salina Central is number 1, you got to get Cooper Reeves going and that running game. Their offensive line is going to have to do a good job against the front 7 of Great Bend. Great Bend has a really good front 7. Their linebackers are great, led by the Kern brothers. So Salina Central is going to have to get out to that second level and block those linebackers with their offensive line and their other receivers. But for Great Bend, the key, stop Cooper Reeves. Again, Salina is not one-dimensional. They've got a good quarterback, very good quarterback in their quarterback's Griffin Hall. He's a junior. He's thrown the ball very, very well this year. He has over 20 touchdowns passing. Here's the thing, though. Great Bend has a very, very balanced offense. They have a lot of weapons, and so Salina Central's defense is going to have to be very, very assignment sound tonight and make sure they cover all of the options that Great Bend's quarterback has, and their quarterback is Daxton Minton. He also has over 20 touchdowns passing this year, and he has a lot of good targets to throw the football to. But the key in this game tonight, Ian Primer, he's a senior, 6'6", 235. Everybody's talking about him, Division I prospect.
Going to Notre Dame.
Going to Notre Dame. He is very, very good. So we're in for a good matchup tonight. The weather could possibly play in the hands of Central. We'll see what happens. But Great Bend, a very, very physical football team, a very, very good defense. And the key to this game is going to be, can they stop Cooper Reeves?
Another new image audio keys to the game. You mentioned it. It's rainy. It's 35 degrees outside. It is windy, 14-mile-an-hour wind. Can you hold on to the football? You cannot turn the football over throughout the season, especially not in late November. This is going to be a fun one. It is the Panthers and it is the Mustangs right here on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank, broadcasting tonight on Salina Post and the NFHS Network. Salina Central, they win the toss, they defer, so we're going to see the offense for Great Bend first. Great Bend averaging 45 points per game on offense. And you mentioned it, Daxton Minton, very good quarterback. He can throw it, he can run it, all kinds of weapons all across.
Well, and last week, Great Bend was challenged by a very, very good Hayes football team that you and I also got to broadcast one of their games this year. Here's the thing. It was the first time this year that Great Bend had played a team that kept them to, as you said, under those points, and it was their closest game because that game was within a touchdown.
And it came down to the wire, because Hayes was driving down to the 6-yard line, had a chance to maybe tie it if they could get in the end zone and convert the extra point. They don't. Great Bend holds on and wins at home. It is a great atmosphere. It is packed here in Great Bend despite the rain, both sidelines. It is going to be fun. We are at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. Elijah Duxler will kick it away for the Mustangs, and the Panthers are back deep. They are dressed in their home black jerseys. Here's a kick to the far sideline. It is going to bounce at the 32-yard line. It's going to go out of bounds on the far side, back deep. For the Panthers, they did have number 14, Ian Primer. We talked about him, 6'6", 235, tight end, wide receiver, linebacker, safety, plays all over the field. He is the key point on offense, but a big offensive line up front for Great Bend.
They are, and they blocked very, very well against, as you and I talked about, a very physical Hayes defense last week. We called Hayes Junction City. That was a really good game, too, and a close game that came down to the wire. And so Great Bend's offensive line did a really nice job against a very, very physical and good defensive front of Hayes last week.
All right, Daxton Minton is the quarterback, 26 passing touchdowns. He has also got 843 rush yards. They're going to go out of the pistol. 2 receivers come here to the near side. The ball's on the right hash at the 35-yard line. First play of the game, 5A West, Sub-State. It's going to be a running play here to the near side, trying to go to the ground in this rainy weather. They're going to get it out to the 39-yard line. On the carry right there for Great Bend is number 22, Connor Holliday.
Connor Holliday, a good running back, 6 foot, 200 pounds. I've been very, very impressed with how physically he runs the football.
They're going to say a gain of 3 yards. Three wide here to the near side. One goes to the right out of the pistol. Premer near side, number 14, his brother Alec Premer, number 13. Alec is a sophomore. Ian is a senior. Now they're going to go out of the shotgun. Salina Central has a very good defense as well. Minton looking to throw, goes far side, trying to throw deep, all over him down the field. No flag. It's going to be broken up on the far side of the 30-yard line. The pass will fall incomplete. Out in coverage on the far side, the senior for the Mustangs, number 20, Alex Garcia.
You hear the crowd react, a lot of contact, but consistently the officials have allowed a lot of contact in the secondary. That has been all season long. We've seen that in several games. We've seen that at several levels, both 5A, 6A, and 4A.
Mentioned it earlier, Great Bend averages 45 points per game. The Salina Central defense giving up just 21 a game. A very good defense. They shut out Newton earlier this year. In their only loss, they give up 48 to a very good Andover team. Third down and 7, first drive of the game. Three receivers come here to the near side. There's the snap, rolls the pocket to the right. Minton is under pressure. He's going to be hit on the far side. It is going to be a loss on the play, and Great Bend is going to go 3 and out on the first drive of the sub-state game.
Yeah, they were trying to roll out there. I'm not sure if that was an RPO, but once he started to take off, Salina did a great job of stretching that play into the sideline, forcing him out of bounds for the 3 and out.
Central did a great job on the far side, pursuing him to the sideline and hitting him on the far side. All right, back to punt for Great Bend and back deep for Salina Central. The Mustangs in their all-white road jerseys, maroon helmets. The Mustangs trying to come in here and pull the upset. It's been a long time since either team made it to the state championship game. It is a short kick, not a whole lot going on this one. It's going to bounce out of bounds at the 44-yard line. It is going to be great field possession for the Mustangs as we see their offense for the first time, led by quarterback number 7, Griffin Hall.
And again, we talked about this. The key tonight for Great Bend, their front 7, which is very good, is going to have to be very, very physical against this big Salina Central line, and they're going to have to stop Cooper Reeves. We talked about it, 309 yards, 6 touchdowns last week against Salina South, their arch rival.
You were at that game, and you said just like here for the Great Bend Hayes game, it was a great atmosphere. 2 receivers go to the left, and a flag's going to fly already before the first snap of the game for the Mustangs. They're going to be called for a pre-snap penalty, and they're going to be backed up 5 yards.
So there you go. Already a mistake. Salina Central with a penalty. Here's the thing. You know this. You get into a playoff game like this, you got number 1 against number 2. You said it earlier, protecting the football. You cannot turn the ball over. The other thing you cannot do is commit penalties, especially penalties like that in key situations on a first down where you just had a big 3 and out stop.
2 receivers go to the left, 1 near side. Out of the shotgun, they're going to give it off to Reeves on the first offensive snap of the game for Central. He'll drive his way up to the 44-yard line, so a nice game right there for Cooper Reeves, who's going to go Division I in wrestling.
It's a good football player. He runs very, very physically. We talked about this, though. Their only loss this season was against Andover. Andover did a great job running the flex bone and controlling the football in that game, and their front 7 did a great job controlling Cooper Reeves in that football game.
10:35 to go first quarter. Great Bend went 3 and out. The Mustangs trying to drive with great field position. Another running play. Reeves trying to follow with Brockers. A great job cutting it back far side of the 35-yard line. He's wrestled down. He is close to a first down, and he's got one. Our first down of the game goes to the Mustangs of Salina Central.
So what's impressive about Cooper Reeves, and you saw it right there, he's very, very patient. He lets the blocks develop in front of him. He will wait behind an offensive lineman, get his hand on their back, and wait to see which way he needs to cut off of the block.
First down and 10 for the Mustangs. Out of the shotgun, another running play. Going to go left this time, bouncing off his blockers, trying to drive his way forward, continues to fall forward down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of 6 yards right there. Cooper Reeves already over 20 yards on this game.
He had over 30 carries last week, too, so he is their workhorse. And like I said, if Great Bend can slow him down tonight, that is what they're going to have to do. And their linebackers, that 3-4 defense that they have, that defensive front's going to have to do a good job. But those 4 linebackers, those are going to be the key tonight, and make sure he doesn't get past the second level and break any runs.
Griffin Hall can run, too. He's the quarterback. 5'9", 170-pound junior quarterback wearing number 7 in white. Second down and 5. They're going to fake it to Reeves, looking to throw. Hall under some pressure. He's going to take off and run inside the 20-yard line, far side. He's going to be tackled at the 18-yard line. A nice gain right there for the quarterback, Griffin Hall, on a QB keeper inside the red zone. First down and 10 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, he dropped back. That was an option right there. He had a chance to look downfield. If nothing was there, then he ran the quarterback draw right there. He had a long touchdown run last week against Salina South also.
First and 10 inside the 20. Reeves has got it this time. He's going left, continues to drive his way forward down near the 10-yard line. Cooper Reeves down to the 11-yard line. They're going to say a gain of 7 yards on first down. This big offensive line for the Mustangs doing work early, led by left tackle number 64, Caden Snyder, the KU commit.
Yeah, and they've got several Division I prospects and commits on the field tonight, and it's exciting to see that. But again, both of these teams very, very fired up. You can see it early, but Salina taking advantage of that running game early.
Two receivers come here to the near side. Ball's on the left hash. QB keeper going left. Hall all the way, drives his way forward inside the 10-yard line. Down to the 8. He's got the first down. First and goal to go for the Mustangs on the opening drive of the game.
Yeah, don't ever count him out. Griffin Hall definitely can run the football very, very well. You start keying on Reeves, you'll see him take advantage of that in some of this read offense that they try to run. And right there, he did a good job reading the fact that that end was coming. He went ahead and went up the middle instead of giving the ball to the running back. So a nice read right there. And Hall, a good quarterback, just a junior.
Salina Central averages 44 points per game. Two receivers near side, a handoff. Inside to Reeves, drives his way left, tripped up after a short gain on the stop on the far side. Down near the 5, they're going to say marked right at the 5 for a short gain.
Cale Kern, the junior linebacker, did a good job getting some penetration right there and started to disrupt that play. But Reeves did a good job reading that, stepping outside, missing that tackle, and then getting the good yardage there on the run.
Second down and goal from the 5-yard line out of the shotgun. They can throw it, and they can throw it well. Griffin Hall, 26 passing touchdowns on the season, just 2 interceptions. Only 3 turnovers all season offensively for the Mustangs. Very clean football all year long. Second down and goal from the 5. 7:45 to go, first quarter action. Shotgun snap. Quarterback keeper right up the middle, nowhere to go. On the stop right there, Cale Kern. He leads the team in tackles. 122 tackles on the season for the junior. He leads the team.
That's what you need, though, right there. A good, stiff red zone defense. Great Ben stepping up right there, getting the stop.
Gain of just a yard on the play. Third down and goal from the 4-yard line. Two receivers near side. Reeves has got it. He's going left. He is going to get into the end zone for a Mustangs touchdown.
They just went C-gap right there, pulled a lineman, and you could see it. You knew that was going to go as soon as you saw the block develop. Again, I talked about this. Cooper Reeves, very, very patient, letting the blocks develop. He gets in for the score.
7:13 to go here in the opening quarter. Great Bend goes 3 and out on offense. Salina Central gets the ball at the 44-yard line. They go right down the field and score on a 4-yard touchdown run by the senior Cooper Reeves. Now for the point after. Elijah Duxler is the kicker. Hall, the quarterback, the holder. Good snap. The kick, it is high. It is on the way. And the kick is no good. He missed it. 7:13 to go in the opening quarter. 6-0, the Mustangs on top. We'll take a break. We're back with more football right after this from Great Bend.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Back here in Great Bend, the Mustangs on top 6-0 after a touchdown run, then a missed PAT. Here's a deep kick taken by Omar at the 1-yard line. He's looking to go far side. He's got a kickoff return for a touchdown this season. He'll get out to about the 26-yard line, and we'll see this Great Bend offense for the second time, who was kind of stymied on that first drive.
So they were. I want to go back to that kick for just a minute, though. That could be huge in a close game like this. That missed PAT, and Anthony, you mentioned it might be the weather. He had the wind behind him. The wind's out of the northwest about 14 miles an hour. It did affect that punt earlier at the end of Great Bend's last drive, but right there, that could have been a wet football that caused that.
First down and 10 for Great Bend. Their second drive of the game from the 26-yard line. Shotgun snap, they're going to give it off to Premer. He's bringing it here near side. Premer has got some speed to the 35-yard line, lowers the shoulder. He's tackled at the 39-yard line. It is a gain of 13 yards on the first touch of the night for Ian Premer.
That's what 6'6", 235 can do. He finished the run right there. You know how much I talk about this all the time, Anthony. I love it when a runner finishes a run. Even though you're getting tackled, you let them know that they're tackling you, and that's what he did. He lowered his shoulder, got a couple extra yards, and took a couple Salina guys out with him.
That was the first down of the game for the Panthers. We've yet to see a completed pass on the game so far. Great Bend threw a pass on their first drive. It was deep down the far sideline, but went incomplete. Two receivers go to the right. Out of the shotgun, Premer's going to take it again. This time goes far side, drives his way forward, continues to try and barrel forward, just shy of the 45 to the 44. It's a gain of 5 yards for Ian Premer. On the bottom of the pile there for Salina Central is number 76, Connor Carter.
Great Bend right there with a little bit of power football themselves, going up the middle. Nice blocking by that interior offensive line, and Premer getting 4 or 5 yards on that play. That's what Great Bend's going to have to do tonight. Is they can throw the ball very, very well, but they're going to have to establish this running game early.
The Salina Central defense really buckled in that second half last week. Only gave up 7 points in the second half against Salina South in a 49-24 win over their in-town rival.
They were behind 17-14 in half.
Shotgun snap, Minton looking to throw. Throws far side, passes complete to Omach. Shakes off a tackler far side. Omach to the 30-yard line, tackled from behind. And the ball popped out on the far side, but they're going to say he was down. Omach on the reception right there, a big gain all the way down to the Salina Central 25-yard line.
Yards after catch, another receiver downfield made a great block to open him up right there. Great play for Great Bend.
31 yards on the catch and run right there by Cooper Omach. He is a very good receiver. He's got a total of 7 touchdowns on the season, as well as a kickoff and a punt return touchdown. They've got speed all over for the Panthers. Out of the pistol this time, 2 receivers left. One goes to the right. Minton takes the snap. Going to be a handoff play to Premer. He's trying to drive his way forward. He's going to be tackled just shy of the 20-yard line, just shy of the red zone. A gain of 4 yards on first down for Ian Premer. That is his 3rd carry of the night. He's up to 22 yards.
Yeah, and that's the thing tonight. So Great Bend may throw the football more. Salinas doesn't throw the ball a lot unless they have to. If they can get the running game going, that's what they're going to do. Great Bend, on the other hand, they want to throw the football. They're a little more balanced offensively.
Averaging 45 points per game is this Great Bend offense. Scoreless so far, 4:44 to go in the first quarter. Salina Central, the number 2 seed in 5A, leading the 1 seed 6-0. Minton going to keep it himself going to the far side. Daxton Minton has got the first down on the far side inside the 15-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 6 yards and good for a first down, and now a Panther is slow to get up on the far side. Trying to get a number over there on the far side. One of the offensive linemen, number 52, Jace Dinas, is hobbling, but appears to be okay.
Yeah, you don't want to see that, especially, that's one of the things about Great Bend is they got a lot of guys going both ways, about 14, 16 guys playing. A lot of times this level you see more than that. You'll see a lot of 2 platooning where you have guys that just play defense, guys that just play offense, but a lot of guys going both ways in this game for Great Bend and Salina tonight.
First down and 10 inside the 15-yard line of the 14. 2 receivers left. Premer out wide here to the near side. Daxton Minton handing it off near side. They're bringing it near side. He's got a gap inside the 5, and he's in for a touchdown for the Panthers. Number 22, Connor Holliday, on a 14-yard rushing touchdown, bringing it near side and into the end zone.
Very similar to the play that Salina Central scored on. They ran that through the C-gap, pulled a lineman, had another H-back in front of him, make the great block to spring him for a touchdown. Big answer right there for Great Bend.
And now the all-important PAT. The Mustangs missed their extra point. And now we'll see about the operation here for the Panthers.
It's a big extra point right here.
Kicker is number 17, Giovanni Cruz. There's the snap. The kick is blocked. The PAT is blocked. And we are all knotted up at 6 apiece. What a first quarter it's been. 6-6 is our score. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. We're back with more football than Great Bend right after this.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit Abilene-Termite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
Come home for the holidays at Aeroplanes Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square foot for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included, sod, landscape, and sprinkler already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 8 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing costs. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com.
Back in Great Bend on Salina Post and the NFHS Network. I'm Anthony Georges, joined alongside Brian Field. Let's thank some of our great sponsors: Bennington State Bank, Long MacArthur Ford, Precision Electric, Abilene Termite and Pest Control, Kill Sharp of Shelter Insurance, and Ryan Roofing. We'll thank sponsors all throughout tonight's broadcast. It's a low kick coming near side, taken to the 20-yard line. Trying to find a gap, breaks it outside. A nice return right here for number 10, Abram Owings, for the Mustangs. He's had a couple of big plays this season, including the game you and I called a couple of weeks ago against Andover, but a good return right there out to the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 for this Mustangs offense that averages 44 points per game, and they drove right down the field on their first drive.
Yeah, right there, though, a great special teams play by Trenton Kern. He's the other Kern brother, the linebacker, and he made a great play right there, because if that would have bounced one more yard outside and he'd have missed that tackle, Salina Central might have scored right there.
Central has not thrown or completed a pass yet tonight, but they scored on their opening drive of the game. 4 receivers set, 2 by 2, 2 left, 2 right. Out of the shotgun, Hall takes the snap. They're going to give it off to their workhorse back, Reeves. Reeves breaks a tackle, comes here near side, still on his feet all the way out to the 38-yard line. 1, 2, 3 Panthers it takes to bring down Cooper Reeves. And on the stop right there, number 22, Connor Holliday, who just scored the touchdown.
Yeah, and also in there again was Trenton Kern. So, again, right there, that's the thing. You're going to see Reeves. He'll break a lot of tackles. You know, it was interesting because that's something he didn't do against Andover. And in that game, Andover was very physical, but it's interesting.
But you got to remember, too, that was a short week, so he could have been
dealing
with
and that's
something.
what I mean. I'm kind of curious because the last 2 weeks, this is the Reeves that we've seen all season, but we just didn't in that game.
Handoff play inside. Reeves has got the first down, driving his way forward to about the 44-yard line. Another gain of 5 yards. Why pass it in this rainy weather when you can just give it to Reeves?
And that's the thing. And last week, I don't recall them passing the ball more than a few times in that game. And so 6 times. There you go. A handful of times in that game. And again, Reeves had over 30 carries last week for 309 yards. And if you don't have to throw the football, don't.
3 minutes to go, first quarter action. 2 receivers go to the left, 1 near side. And a tight end on the far side is Noah Peck, 6'4", 245 senior. He's had a couple of catches on the season. Also a great blocker out of the backfield. Now they're going to go out of the shotgun. Reeves going to go from right to left. Cooper Reeves, the senior, brings it here near side, hit at the 45. You cannot bring him down on first contact. He's going to be pushed out of bounds, knocks over the TV on the sideline where they watch their film. But a strong run by Cooper Reeves, albeit not a very big gain, but still, it took a lot to bring him down. 2
missed tackles right there by Great Bend. They had an opportunity to get a tackle for loss. The first tackler, he broke off that one. The next tackle he broke was at the line of scrimmage, and then he was able to get positive yards. And so that's the thing. You have to be sure in your tackling when you are trying to tackle Cooper Reeves.
6-6 is our score on Salina Post here on the NFHS Network. Central near midfield. Reeves has got it again. Running play, just following his blockers, following the tight end to Peck that time. Past midfield up to the 48-yard line on the Great Bend side of the field. A gain of just 4 this time, so 3rd down and about 2 coming up. That was carry number 10 for Cooper Reeves.
So we talked about this last time that we had a chance to call Salina Central, and watching him last week, one of the guys that I'm most impressed with on Salina Central is Noah Peck, the senior. He's listed as a receiver, probably going to be a tight end if he plays at the next level, but he's a good one. 6'4", 245, and he is a great blocker, especially downfield.
He's lined up on the left side of the formation. Out of the shotgun, Reeves is going to run it again. He's going to be hit in the backfield and drop for a loss. On the stop right there for Great Bend, it is number 56, Blaine Ensley, that defensive lineman. A loss of a yard right there. It's going to be 4th down and 3 for the Mustangs from the Great Bend 49-yard line.
And that's what Great Bend's going to have to do. So far, Salina's been winning this game in the trenches on offense, but right there, get low man wins, get penetration, disrupt the play.
Hall is the punter as well. They're dropping a little bit deeper in the pistol. 15 seconds on the play clock, 4th down and 3. They're right near midfield, right on the Panther logo. Hall dropping back as if he's going to punt, and he is going to throw it here near side. Smith has got it. He's got the first down. He dropped back almost as if he was going to punt it like a pooch punt. He slings it near side to Keaton Smith for his 27th catch of the year, and it's good for a Mustangs first down.
You kind of tell that was coming by the way that they lined up right there and the way that he stepped up. You saw him point. They were looking things over, and then when he stepped back, you could see that was a possibility right there on that play.
3 receivers go to the left. It's going to be a handoff left side. Reeves, he's got some room to run, trying to get outside. He's tackled at the 38-yard line, a gain of 6 yards on the far side. Coach Sanbo and his crew fired up. Mark Sanbo in his 8th year for Salina Central. Aaron Beck in his 10th year here for Great Bend. 2 long-tenured head coaches and a high-quality duel here in the sub-state game in Class 5A West.
Trenton Kern with a great, mechanically sound, open field tackle right there to stop a huge gain on that play.
A 4th down conversion just 2 plays ago. 4 receiver set, 2x2. Ball's on the left side of the field, left hash, far side. And there is 23 seconds left in this first quarter, 10 seconds on the play clock. They will have to snap it. Hall takes the shotgun snap. Quarterback keeper going left, trying to break its way through. He's breaking a couple of tackles inside the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. Griffin Hall, that's his 4th carry of the night. By far his biggest one, and good for a Mustangs first down.
At 5'7", 165, you say 5'7", not very tall for a quarterback, but sometimes that's to your advantage when you're running the football because he can get in behind that line. He can get into traffic and kind of sneak through, and that's what he did right there. Squeezed through a small hole, was able to make some quick adjustments. He's very, very agile and can make some quick cuts, and right there he did it.
We've reached the end of the first quarter. 6-6 is our score. What a game it is. What a game this one is going to be. From Great Bend, it is 6-6. This is our high school football game of the week, brought to you by Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine and Bennington State Bank. We're back with more from Great Bend right after this.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Welcome back to Great Bend. It is 6-6 as we begin the second quarter. What a first quarter this was. 6-6 is our score. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. I'm Anthony Georges, joined alongside Brian Field. Trey is our camera operator tonight. Thanks so much for everybody here in Great Bend for the hospitality, and thanks to you for watching this Game of the Week and the Sub-State game. Low snap. Reeves is going to take it here near side. The low snap threw off the play, but still a short gain right there for Cooper Reeves.
Yeah, and just again, impressed with this offensive line of Salina Central, what they've done the last couple of weeks. And you see them throughout the season. They have been so good. That time, number 68, Sajon Mills, did a really nice job. 6 foot 265.
Central trying to go up tempo here. 2 receivers go to the right. 1 of 1 passing is Griffin Hall. It was a gain of 5 yards, and it was a first down conversion on 4th down and 3. 2 receivers to the right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun, claps his hands. Hall looking to throw. Pass over the middle of the field is going to be caught by Smith. He's got both catches on the evening, just short of the first down. It is a gain of 8 yards. They get 3rd down and 1 inside the 20. They're inside the red zone at the 16-yard line.
Yeah, completed the slant route right there. It was well run, but also a good form tackle right there by Great Bend to keep that from going further.
You got 2 downs to get a yard here if you are Salina Central. I think you go right back to Reeves right here.
Hey, you know what, though? When they've had the opportunity to throw the ball, but you're right, they'll go with Reeves right here.
Power heavy set to the right, Reeves to the left, out of the shotgun, high snap, going to be a quarterback keeper. Hall's going to dive his way forward. I don't think he got to the 15-yard line. It's going to be 4th down. No gain right there for Griffin Hall. It's going to be 4th down, and we'll call it inches. He didn't get much, but he did not get the full yard. And now decision time, you'd have to imagine he's going to go for it.
They faked the C-gap run right there, and then he got in right behind that interior offensive line. But you're right, Anthony, he was short.
They're going to bring another heavy package in right here coming into the game. Number 76. This is the defensive lineman as well, Connor Carter. Heavy package. They're also bringing the Jesus Delgado, a linebacker. Heavy set, and they are going to go out of the shotgun. They're going to give it off to Reeves. He's going to break it near side. He's going to get a broken tackle inside the 10. Stays on his feet, spins, 5-yard line. It's a touchdown for the Mustangs. Cooper Reeves, another rushing touchdown on the season. And the Mustangs climb back on top.
Again, he just read the blocking, bounced it outside. It wasn't quite there, so he bounced it out, but he actually bounced that out a second time. You saw him get it in the open field, and then he did the rest for the touchdown.
That is the 29th touchdown of the season for Cooper Reeves. Duxler missed the first PAT on the other end of the field. Here's a big one here, right here. 12-6 is our score. Hall to hold it. He is the quarterback. It's a good snap. It's a good hold. The kick, it is on the way. It is high, and this kick is good. 13-6 is our score. 9:57 to go here in this first half. Second quarter action. Great Bend gets the ball when we come back on Salina Post and the NFHS Network.
Ready, set, forward at Law MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with a 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Law MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Law MacArthur on the south side of Salina or lawmacarthur.com.
Welcome back to Great Bend at Memorial Stadium. The Kansas State High School Activities Association conducts officials' rules meetings, training clinics, and workshops throughout the state with a view towards providing a sound educational experience for all athletes. For more information on becoming an official in any sport, contact the Kansas State High School Activities Association at 785-273-5329. A public service message from your Kansas State High School Activities Association and Salina Post. 13-6 is our score.
So Salina Central just doing what they've done all year long. Control the line of scrimmage with your offensive front. Hand off the football or your quarterback keeps it. Run, run, run.
Here's a pooch kick here to the near side. On the receiving end of this one at about the 35-yard line is number 24, Jackson Wandra, a running back and linebacker. Out just shy of the 40-yard line, up to the 38-yard line, they'll say. And here come the Panthers offense once again. Let's take a second to thank some more of our great sponsors: Aeroplanes, Marshall Motors, Hire Scott Mortuary, Sharp Performance, and Kelly Kitchener with Shelter Insurance. We'll thank some more sponsors all throughout tonight's broadcast. 13-6, the Mustangs on top of the number 1 Panthers here in Great Bend. So far, partner Ian Freeman's pretty much been held in check.
Yeah, and he's had a couple of good hard runs, but so far, Great Bend, their offensive front, they just need to continue to be patient and get their blocks.
Here's Premer right here. 4 receivers go to the left. Premer's got it on a quick wide receiver screen. He's going to get 4 yards up to the 42-yard line. Daxton Minton, that's his first completion of the night to his national-ranked tight end, Ian Premer.
Yeah, you can see right there, once he gets the football, he's very agile for his size. He's able to turn, read his blocks right there, get some yardage. But the key tonight, I do believe this, like I said, for Great Bend, they really need to be balanced because they're going to key on Premer. They're going to have some other guys do some things with the football tonight.
Out of the shotgun this time. 2 receivers come near side, 1 left. The ball's on the left hash, right in front of the Panther logo. Premer's got it on a sweep. He's going to drive his way forward, lowers the shoulder past midfield, still driving his way up to the 45-yard line. Ian Premer, a big gain right there for the senior.
And you know, I talk about this a lot. I love to watch a guy finish a run. Right there, he didn't just finish the run. He made that play special. Just watching him drive his legs. That's the thing. When you're running the football, continuing those legs driving, and when you go down, always have that lean so you can get that extra yard. He did that very well on that play. Great physical run by Premer.
13 yards on the carry right there. 1st and 10 for the Panthers on the other side of midfield on the Mustangs side. Premer in the backfield again. Daxton Minton takes the shotgun snap. He's looking long. He's throwing long for Omok down the middle of the field. It's underthrown. It's nearly intercepted in coverage for the Mustangs right there. Number 20, the junior defensive back, Alex Garcia, nearly had an interception.
He did, but the receiver changed from receiver to defender right there. He did reach in. It looked like he helped knock that ball away right there, but almost intercepted. Great coverage by Salina Central.
So now 1 of 3 passing on the night for Minton. Or I should put 2 of 3 on the night for Minton.
Minton, a good field, generally knows this offense very, very well. Great leader on the field. You see right here, trying to get his guys going a little more up-tempo here, seeing if they can get some offensive yards on this play.
2 receivers come near side. They're going to go back to Premer. Premer's going to be hitting the backfield, but as he usually does, he breaks a couple of tackles, drives his way forward, low to the ground, continues to move, and he's going to get a gain of 8 yards. Crazy to say low to the ground, but he was staying low and just driving his way.
You're right, and just watching him on film, what's been impressive is that you're right, Anthony. He keeps his pads low. He has a low pad level. He'll bend over at the waist, get behind those shoulder pads and get those extra yards. And right there, again, another really good physical run by Premer.
13-6, Salina Central is on top of the Great Bend Panthers. Number 1 in 5A. The Panthers driving on number 2, Salina Central, but the Mustangs are on top. Out of the shotgun, out of the Wildcat. Premer's going to go out of the Wildcat. He's going to take the direct snap. He's going to bring it here to the near side. Can he get the edge? He's got a stiff arm. He's got the edge. He's got the 30-yard line where he slips down right there on the stick right there was number 10, Abram Owings, and Premer kind of just fell down right there. But a gain of about 7 or 8 yards for Premer for a first down.
Connor Holliday, the running back, did a great job getting out in front, making a key block downfield to make that play happen. He kept that safety from coming up and making the play. But again, Premer, very good run. But when you've got other guys blocking for you, that means your team is buying in. And when you've got receivers, when you've got running backs getting out there making great blocks like that, like Connor Holliday did, that really bodes well for your football team.
4 receivers set, 2 by 2. Premer and Omok here to the near side. 2 receivers go left. The running back is Holliday. And now we're going to get a timeout on the field. Let's go ahead and thank some more sponsors. Abilene Termite and Pest Control, serving Salina and Saline County. The Sharp Performance Athlete Academy is the #1 program for all athletes 7th through 12th grade, no matter what sport, and open to boys and girls. Our staff has firsthand experience in college and professional training and is dedicated to guiding athletes with expert advice and support throughout their training journey. The Football Academy is also beginning soon. Visit Sharp-Performance for more information. Also, partner, make sure you're paying attention for our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game and our Smart Play of the Game, brought to you by Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington.
Right now, it's been big runs by both teams. Premer running the football for Great Bend, and then, of course, Reeves running the football for Salina Central. But, again, what's been kind of interesting to watch is, a lot of times in these games, watching the trenches, the defensive line against the offensive line, and which team's gaining control of that line of scrimmage. Both of these offensive lines doing a really, really good job right now taking control of that line of scrimmage.
Our score is 13-6. Salina Central on top. Great Bend took the timeout. They're back out of the timeout. 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. What do they draw up out of the timeout from Coach Beck? 2 receivers left, 2 right. Holliday's going to take it. He's going to take it left. He's going to be dragged down from behind. On the stop right there is number 6. That's Grayton Groves, the linebacker, a senior for the Mustangs.
So that's what you got to do. They pulled the right guard right there. The defensive lineman on that side, I believe for Salina Central, that was number 75, Welch. But, again, when you see that guard pull, you got to get in his hip pocket. He's going to take it to the play, and that's what they did right there to get the stop. Nice play by that defensive lineman of Salina Central.
2 receivers to the left. Shotgun snap. Here comes the pressure. Minton looking to run. He's going to take off near side. He's got some speed down the sideline. He's going to be marked down to the 25-yard line. They're going to make him up at the 24-yard line. So a gain of 6 right there for Daxton Minton. Only his 3rd carry of the night. You can see that speed when he takes off down the sideline.
Yeah, he's very quick, and he'll extend the play with his legs, but what he also does very well is if nobody's open, he will take off, and that's a good trait to have by your quarterback. And again, so Omok that time did a really nice job blocking downfield. He's another wide receiver. Been very impressed with the wide receivers of both teams blocking downfield.
Omach going left, Alec Premer going left, Ian Premer, the 6'6", 235 tight end in the backfield. To the left of the quarterback, Minton claps his hands. Premer's going to get it on a give here near side. A big stick at the line of scrimmage and pushing him back. What a hit right there. That was number 9, Jesus Delgado. He leads the team in tackles.
Yeah, he's a good one too. I'll tell you, when we watched him against Andover, he did a nice job. But last week against Salina South, he did an outstanding job from that linebacker position containing the run, especially in the second half when that Salina Central defense took over. Because like we said, 17 points, it was 17-14 at halftime. Only one touchdown allowed by Salina Central in the second half, and they pretty much shut Salina South's offense down, and Delgado was a big reason why.
He is 6'1", 225, a senior. Trips to the left, 4th down and 3 from the 22-yard line. 3 receivers go left. Shotgun snap. Minton takes the snap, rolls the pocket left. He throws far side, too high. The pass is incomplete, but there is a flag at the 11-yard line in the defensive backfield. The pass on the far side goes through the hand of the intended target. It is high. It's incomplete. The Mustangs are celebrating on the far side. We'll check the flag. Pass interference on the offense.
So it must have been some kind of illegal pick right there. Didn't see exactly what it was, but usually when you see that, it's either pushing off by the receiver or a lot of times it's some kind of a pick by another receiver on that play. And so right there, that did not help Great Bend, and so they're going to be forced to punt right here.
Oh, that was turnover on downs.
Oh, it was turnover down. Sorry, you're right. I'm looking at this. I'm having a hard time seeing the scoreboard looking around this pole here. You're right. That was turnover on down. Sorry, Anthony. That was huge. So Salina Central now, here's the thing. They've got the momentum. They're up by 7. If they score here, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult here early in this game for Great Bend.
And they get the ball back to start the second half.
They do.
5:50 to go in the first half. Second quarter action. The Mustangs are on top. 13-6 on top by a touchdown. Both teams missed their first extra point of the night. And now here come the Mustangs. Reeves has got 2 rushing touchdowns.
So, again, Great Bend, they're going to have that defensive front and those front 7. The linebackers doing a pretty good job, but that defensive front for Great Bend, in fact, they're going to put another guy up there on the defensive front to try and stop this.
Here's another handoff to Reeves, just dragging his way forward. A gain of 8 yards right there for Cooper Reeves. He's going to be marked just shy of the 30-yard line, so a nice gain again right there. Carry number 15 already for Reeves.
So they're running a 3-4. They're rolling up another linebacker and putting him up there as a down lineman, almost running like a 4-3 here, but they're trying to figure out. They've got 8 men in the box already because they know Salina's not throwing the ball a whole lot, so they're really trying to stop that run game, but this is where Salina Central, you got to be careful in the secondary because this is where they could sneak a deep pass in.
Another running play here to the near side. Hall's going to be hitting the back. This is Reeves. He's going to be hitting the backfield right here, hit by number 7, Cale Kern, the brother of Trent Kern. They are the top 2 tacklers on the team, and that time he is hit for a loss.
Yeah, they're both special right there, and he got in. Again, low man wins a lot of times if you can just get lower, and that's exactly what they did. And when you're tackling a guy like Cooper Reeves, you got to go for those legs.
Here's the chance for Great Bend to get off the field. 2 receivers go to each side. The Mustangs pointing as if maybe a little bit of movement up front on the Panthers. No flag was thrown. 4:49 to go in the first half. Play clock at 10, so plenty of time. Ball's on the near side, left hash. 2x2 receivers. Reeves the running back. Hall takes the snap, looking downfield. He's going to heave it downfield. It is going to be underthrown, tipped, and it's incomplete. It was tipped. Omach had a chance for an interception. It was tipped. Always a chance for Bodie Rodriguez to make the catch. Instead, it falls incomplete, unharmed if you are either side, and it's going to be 4th down. You're going to have to punt.
So Great Bend brought 9 into the box that time. They had 1 man in man-to-man coverage on this near side, and then they had 1 safety deep. Salina saw that and went for the pass right there, but Great Bend did a great job defending it.
4th down and 4. They're lining up as if they're going to go for it, but Hall is the punter. He'll have to drop back and punt, you would think, from their own 29-yard line. He is dropping back. Last time he did this, he threw it, but hard to see here. He is going to throw it. Takes the snap. We're going to roll the pocket to the right side. Now it's just a pooch kick. Omach is going to catch it on the run. Omach on the far side, cuts upfield, lowers the shoulder to the 26-yard line. That was an interesting play, almost as if he was going to throw it. A pooch kick doesn't go very far. Omach says, I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll take it. And a nice return for the senior wearing number 2 in black.
That was a full triple option right there, but of a different kind. That was a run pass, or I should say a pass run or punt option right there. He had to choose the latter of the three, and he punted it, but he punted it on the run because some pressure came in. He had to get rid of that quickly, and you're right, it was a short punt. Omok did a great job recognizing that and coming up and catching the ball and just taking off. And so they really didn't have time to develop their blocks much on that because it was such a short punt, but he did a good job getting what he could after catching the football.
And Great Bend takes over now at the 26-yard line. So they actually gain 3 yards. 2 receivers come near side. Here comes a man in motion. That's Holiday. It might be a delay of game, or did they get a timeout? They get a timeout. We'll take a timeout, too. 13-6 is our score. Salina Central on top right here on Salina Post and the NFHS Net.
The Black Friday sales event is rolling at Marshall Motors. Save big on power, performance, and family comfort, like up to $10,000 off the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn, or 0% for 60 months. Take up to $6,000 off the Ram 2500 Tradesman, and $10,000 off the lifted Ram 2500 Black Widow, plus $2,000 off the Dodge Durango GT Hemi, or $6,500 off the Chrysler Pacifica Select. Only at Marshall Motors in Salina.
Welcome back to Great Bend. Fans, don't forget to check out our Salina Post Facebook page and S Post Sports on Twitter after the game to see video highlights from all around the area. Proudly presented by Billings Group. Let's go ahead and thank some more sponsors: AJ Honey Farms, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers. Both teams back on the field. 13-6 is our score. Salina Central is leading Great Bend. The Panthers had the ball at the 26-yard line after a pooch punt and a good return by Cooper Omok. And a timeout by Great Bend. That's their second. High snap. Quarterback keeper Mittens trying to break it far side. Breaks a tackle, but he's in no man's land. He's going to be hit for a 2-yard loss on the far side, on the central side. And some of the fans here for the Panthers maybe wanted a late hit, but the official was right there. And he shakes his head, and it's going to be a loss of 2 right there for the quarterback, Daxton Minton.
So they sent Connor Holiday in motion to the right and then ran the play back to the left with the quarterback right there. So kind of a quarterback power off of what looked like a little deception by sending that receiver, or excuse me, that running back in to the right in motion. But right now, again, I think Coach Beck realized he took that timeout. This is an important drive right here for Great Bend.
Kramer back in the backfield to the right of the quarterback. Quick snap, throwing near side. Omok has got the catch. He's going to be hit immediately and pushed back. On the tackle there for the Mustangs, number 27, Trey Wise, a short gain right there to Omok. Gain of just 4 to Cooper Omok. That's his second catch of the night.
Big third down here for Great Bend. You know, the thing is, and it's been interesting watching Salina Central's team, their defense, fly to the football tonight. They've done a very, very good job. And again, this Salina Central team very pumped up, playing with a lot of intensity in this first half tonight in this football game.
I tell you, it has been really fun to see this defense fly around for the Mustangs. A team that gives up 21 a game has been playing exceptional. 3rd down and 8. Just shy of the 25. 4 receivers near side. Minton looking to throw. Pump fakes. Now he's in big trouble. Trying to roll the pocket near side. Still looking for somebody. He's going to heave it down the far side. It is going to be incomplete, but there is a flag in the backfield. There is a flag at the 37-yard line.
That's going to be what that's going to be is considered a blindside block right there, or some kind of illegal block. He led with his head. The guard, what he was trying to do, there was a great block on the outside by the tackle. He was holding the guy, but once he got away, the guard ran over and made a block, and I know that's what they're going to call right here, Anthony.
Connor Carter and Ryan Callahan in the backfield, causing all kinds of havoc. The quarterback did about as much as he could. Good call. It is a blindside block. The quarterback did about as much as he could to try and get the ball away, but like you said, great coverage downfield, and now we'll see it is decision time. They're going to decline the penalty on 3rd and 8. It's going to be 4th down and 8 here for the Panthers. 3:25 to go here in this first half. Salina Central, the 2 seed, leads the 1 seed Great Bend 13-6. So there is discussion. Did they decline it or did they accept it? They're saying they declined it. It is 4th down and 8 now for the Panthers. A big, big, big 4th down right here from the 24-yard line. Creamer goes in motion from right to left. Minton claps his hands. 3 receivers near side looking to throw down the far side. Miscommunication. It is going to sail out of bounds on the far side in the pack of the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete. Back-to-back drives. This Mustangs defense turns the Panthers over on down.
Well, he may have gotten a little focused too much that time on Premer because he had another receiver wide open over the middle on a post route in the end zone. He didn't see him. He was going for Premer all the way right there, and they miscommunicated, as you said. He thought he was maybe going to go down the sideline. He cut that short. It's probably a choice route right there. He decided once he got beyond the sticks to turn and look for the football, and the quarterback threw the ball into the end zone, but he had a guy wide open in the middle of the field in the end zone.
Salina Regional Health Center is hiring. See all their open positions and start your new career today with Salina Regional by visiting srhc.com. All right, here come the Mustangs now leading by 7, 3:17 to go in the first half. They'll get the ball back to start the second half. Reeves has got it. He's going to drive his way forward for a short gain of just 3 yards. Reeves is nearing 20 carries already. This time it's do or die, so they're going to ride him all the way through here tonight.
So at this point, I'm going to say the same thing I said last week and then realize it's not the case. Last week at this point in the football game, I thought they're going to have to find somebody else to run the ball a little bit to give Reeves a break because that's a lot of carries as their blue-collar guy. But let me tell you, that was not the case because he carried the ball over 30 times last week for 309 yards.
And 6 touchdowns.
Yeah.
What a performance for the senior. Going to go wrestle next year, Division I at the University of Iowa. 2 receivers go to the right. Reeves goes right. Here's going to be a quarterback keeper. Hall all the way past the 30-yard line up to the 30. They're going to mark him right at the 30, so a short gain right there, a gain of just 3 yards. And that one right there is just that's the 5th carry of the night right there for Griffin Hall. And now here's a big third down on the other side.
They fake the bubble screen right there, and then he takes off up the middle. You even see the running back a lot of times jump like the ball's being thrown, and then they take off up the middle on a bit of a quarterback draw off of a fake like that. But it's worked very well for them this season.
3rd down and 4 for the Mustangs. It's a high snap. Reeves going to be hit at the line of scrimmage, and down he goes on the far side. It is going to be no gain right there. The tackle for Great Bend by number 7, Cale Kern. No gain on the play. The defenses are picking up. 1:55 to go in the first half. 4th down and 4.
2 big stops by this Great Bend defense late here in the first half on these last 2 drives. That one especially is key because Great Bend's going to get a chance to get the ball here.
And now it looks like they're going to drop back and punt. Now they're going to look to the far side. Play clock is at 13. Game clock at 1:30. They might let this thing go all the way down and take a timeout. In the game is Eli Craybaum. He's the backup quarterback and the backup punter. Play clock at 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. We're going to get a timeout, and we'll take a timeout with them. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. This is Sub-State Football right here on Salina Post and the NFHS Network.
Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electric in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Precision Electrical Contractors is looking for licensed journeyman electricians as well as apprentice electricians. Apply online at pecsalina.com.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Ryan Roofing to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call on Ryan Roofing. Let their 30 years of experience go to work for you.
Back at Great Bend, Craybaum on to punt once again. He's going to run to the far side as another pooch punt. He's going to throw it, actually throws far side to Rodriguez. He makes the catch for the first down.
Wow.
They roll the backup quarterback out there, number 5, Eli Craybaum, throws far side to Rodriguez. That's his first catch of the game. 2 times tonight, they've converted on a 4th down and a fresh set of downs here for the Mustangs.
Well, Great Bend had to watch that because they ran that last time, but they punted it. So that's what Salina Central needed to do, though. Keep the ball out of Great Bend's hands here with 1:14 left. That would have given them time to score. But, again, Salina Central wanted to control the ball for the rest of this half. Let's see if they can do it right here by finishing this drive. They don't have to score here because they get the ball back at the beginning of the second half. They're receiving.
They've got a good kicker as well in Elijah Duxler. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers near side. High snap. Reeves is going to run it far side. He's got a gap. Reeves far side to the 46-yard line. Cooper Reeves. Gain of 9 yards right there. That was carry number 20 for Cooper Reeves.
And we talked about this at the beginning of the game. Can Salina Central's offensive front control the defensive front of Great Bend and get out to the second level and make blocks on those linebackers? And that's what they've been able to do in this football game tonight.
Trips near side, 2nd down and 1 from the 46. High snap, Hall spins around, throws far side. Pass is going to be caught, but tackled in the backfield. And then there's going to be a flag back by the quarterback. This might be roughing the passer. The flag is going to be on number 22, Connor Holiday, as Hall was on the ground.
Yeah. It's going to be, we'll have to see what happens right here, what the call, they're moving them forward.
I was looking on the far side at the play and see if he was going to be able to take up field, but now we'll check the flag, and I think it is going to be personal foul, roughing the passer.
Good call, Anthony. You saw that. And no, that was a good call. But, right there, that's one of those things. Great Bend cannot get frustrated at this point in the football game. They have to keep their composure, be the team that they've been all year long, and things like that happen sometimes. You just got to forget about it, but you got to tighten up here. It's not going to be a good situation for you if you let Salina Central score here on this drive.
1st down and 10 now from the 41-yard line on the Great Bend side of the field. Reeves trying to dig his way in. He's going to be pulled back at the 39-yard line, so a gain of just 2. We're going to get a timeout. 33 seconds to go here in this first half. Timeout right there, a gain of just 2 yards.
You're starting to see Great Bend's defensive front getting some penetration. Low man wins a lot of times, especially in a zone blocking situation. So as a defensive lineman, if you can stay a little low and try and get in between that block, a lot of times you talk about the swim or some of the other moves that you used to do, but things are a little different when you're fighting zone blocks. And so, again, they're doing a good job starting to get some penetration and disrupting that play, and that's what they've done on this last couple of drives. So some good adjustments being made by Great Bend's coaches with their defensive front. But again, Great Bend's just going to have to be like they were on these last 2 drives, tighten up. We've got, 33 seconds left here in the second quarter.
Let's go ahead and thank some more of our great sponsors: Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Messenger Total Promotions, Salina Regional Health Center Careers, Kansas Bakers Technologies, Copy Co., and APAC Shears.
Again, Great Bend, just even if Salina Central scores here, the game's not over. This is a team that's plenty capable of putting points up on the board, as you said.
Hurry.
Yes, they can. And so, you don't have to panic here, but they just need to stay composed, be assignment sound, and that's the thing. On these last 2 drives, you've done a really good job against Salina Central's offense. And so, again, Salina Central here, will they get into field goal range? Will they try and go big here? Again, Great Bend's secondary, watch that pass play. Don't get sucked in on that run.
Griffin Hall, 2 of 3 on the evening passing the ball. Eli Craybaum, 1 of 1 on 4th down. 2 of the 3 completions tonight have been on 4th downs. They've faked a punt and they've thrown it. Craybaum and Hall both have completed a pass. 4 receivers set, 2 by 2. 2nd down and 8 from the 39-yard line. Hall takes the shotgun snap, surveys the field, looks to throw. Brings it here near side. Hall can run. Now he's just going to shovel pass it forward. It's going to fall incomplete, intended for number 4, Keaton Smith. And the clock will stop at 26 seconds with 3rd down and 8 upcoming from the 39-yard line.
Only 7 seconds off the clock on that play. But, again, you would think you'd see Salina Central trying to hit some outs and maybe run more like a 2-minute offense here to get into field goal range at least, but that's not what they're doing here.
The long for Elijah Duxler is 28 yards. So with a 14-mile-an-hour wind, you wonder how long you'd really be willing to go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that, and their coaches would know that, but I think Salina Central right here would be happy just to keep the ball out of Great Bend's hands the rest of the half and maybe going with a 7-point lead.
3rd down and 8, shotgun snap. Hall surveys the field, begins to take off his run, and now he's looking again. Throws near side, pass is caught by Smith, breaks a tackle inside the 30-yard line, far side, tackled by Premer at the 27-yard line. He's got the 1st down. There's 13 seconds left on the clock here in the first half. They're trying to get set and spike it. They still have 1 timeout. The clock is still at 13 seconds. Now it starts 10 seconds. And there is going to be a spike right there by Hall. And that is pass attempt number 6 on the completion right there.
So I think what Salina Central was doing right there, Anthony, they wanted to see what they could get on that play. So if they got something on that play and they felt like they could maybe run one more play before they try to kick a field goal, maybe that's what they were going to do. But if they didn't, I think they were going to be happy to run out the clock. But right now they've got themselves in a situation where they're probably getting close to what they feel like could be field goal range.
Elijah Duxler, 60 of 64 PATs this season, 3 of 4 field goals. 3 receivers go to the right from the 27-yard line. And now we are going to get a timeout on the field. It's going to be a timeout by Great Bend. We'll take a timeout with them. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Central is on top, 13-6.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio.
Here we go, second down and 10, 9 seconds to go. Hall throwing deep, it's going to be caught at the 12-yard line. He's going to be pushed out of bounds with 2 seconds to go. He got out of bounds. It was a good connection down that far side. They're going to mark him out at the 12-yard line, and now you got a real shot for a field goal here. A great job by Hall.
You do. Now, he missed an extra point at the other end. This one's against the wind, as you said, Anthony. His longest of the year was a 28, I believe you said. But this right here is going to be... What is that going to be, 20, 32?
Line, it'll be a 32-yard kick right hash to make it a 2-score game at halftime. Hall to hold it, Duxler to kick it. From the right hash, he is 3 of 4 on field goals this season, as long as 28. Here's a 32-yarder to make it 16-6. Can he convert? Right hash, play clock at 2-1. There's the snap. Hall puts it down. The kick, it is high. It is a spinning kick. It is on the air, and the kick is good.
That is clutch in a playoff game right there by that young man. Let me tell you, that's a big kick in this football game. And that was very good coaching by Salina Central. They were waiting to see what happened on that one pass play that we talked about. If they got some yardage there and felt like they could get a little closer, because they weren't really running much of a 2-minute offense, they got up there, they spiked the ball, knowing what they wanted to do. They got the pass play on the far side of the field right there to set up the field goal. So that's a big 3 points right there, especially points are kind of at a premium a little bit in this game here in the first half.
A little bit of a surprise as well.
It is 16-6 right now. Salina Central over Great Bend.
Imagine you debating or marching before hundreds of people. Kansas high school students have been debating and performing spectacular marching halftime since school started. You are invited to support the activity programs of your school, attend a game, volunteer to judge a debate, and enjoy a music program. A public service message from the Kansas State High School Activities Association and Salina Post. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, sponsored tonight by Bennington State Bank. This is our Sub-State Game of the Week right here on Salina Post and the NFHS Network. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with halftime stats and more right after this.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Hey Salina, come see us at the Kelly Kitchener Agency near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never worry about your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
Welcome back to Great Bend High School here at Memorial Stadium. I'm Anthony Georges, joined alongside Brian Field. What a fun first half that was. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. All right, what a fun first half it was. 16-6 is our score. I think Great Bend's a little bit shocked. They really hadn't been tested until last week against Hayes. Central struggled last week in the first half against South. They dominate in the second half, and they haven't dominated this first half, but they took charge early, and they lead by 10, 16-6 at halftime.
Well, there's a couple things I want to point out. Great Bend played a very physical Hayes football team last week, and believe me, that can take something out of you because we watched Junction City this year. We've called a lot of their games, or all their games, but against Hayes, they're very physical, and that game took a lot out of Junction City too. And very, very physical football team. But Great Bend tonight, here's the thing. In my opinion, this is the difference in this football game. We talked about this in the beginning. Can Salina Central's offensive line contain the front three defensive linemen, and if they roll up a linebacker, and be able to get out to the second level and make some blocks? Because you watch Cooper Reeves when he runs the football, he's very patient. He will get the football, he'll slow down, and he'll start to scan those blocks and see where those zone blocks are going to end up and where the hole's going to be. And a lot of times what he's been waiting for tonight is seeing if one of those linemen can get out to the second level on the linebacker, because they've done a really good job with some of their double teams on the defensive line, and so they're able to maybe scoot somebody out on that linebacker, or maybe get an H-back or something out there, and that's what they've been doing. We talked about before the game, if Salina Central can contain the defensive front of Great Bend, get out to the second level, then Cooper Reeves is going to do the rest when he runs the football, and that's been the key tonight for Salina Central, is the way that they have blocked and the way that Cooper Reeves has been able to look and run. The other thing is, though, I don't want to take anything away from their quarterback, because he has run the football very, very well when he's had the opportunity tonight. Griffin Hall has had some really good runs too. And so they've thrown the ball successfully when they've needed to. So Hall's done a good job completing some passes, especially that key pass right there to set up the field goal at the end of the first half. And so Salina Central's with some good balance tonight, but the key in this game to them so far, what's been really, really good for them, has worked the best, is the fact that their offensive line has done what they need to do in the trenches. They're able to get out, shed a couple of control the defensive front, get out and stop the blocks, or make some good blocks on the linebackers. And Reeves has been doing a great job of reading that and being able to make some adjustments, and then making some guys miss some tackles himself with some very physical runs to get positive yardage, and that's been the key tonight in the running game.
This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. He's Brian Field. I'm Anthony Georges. Our score at halftime, 16-6. Salina Central is leading number 1 seed Great Bend here at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. We'll take a break. We're back with more on Salina Post and the NFHS Network right after.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
Come home for the holidays at Aeroplanes Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square feet for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included. Sod, landscape, and sprinklers already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 5 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing cost. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
Ready, set, forward at Long MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with a 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Long MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Long MacArthur on the south side of Salina or longmacarthur.com.
The Black Friday sales event is rolling at Marshall Motors. Save big on power, performance, and family comfort, like up to $10,000 off the 2026 Ram 1500 Bighorn, or 0% for 60 months. Take up to $6,000 off the Ram 2500 Tradesman, and $10,000 off the lifted Ram 2500 Black Widow, plus $2,000 off the Dodge Durango GT Hemi, or $6,500 off the Chrysler Pacifica Select. Only at Marshall Motors in Salina.
Think about the word precision. Precision is being exact and accurate. Isn't that what you want when it comes to electrical? Precision Electric in Salina brings exact and accurate quality to electrical jobs in central Kansas since 2003. Precision Electric's focus on quality and performance, combined with their experience and dedication, creates a winning set of finished products which saves their customers money. Precision Electrical Contractors is looking for licensed journeyman electricians as well as apprentice electricians. Apply online at pecsalina.com.
The recent storm could have done a real number on your roof, but how would you know? Is your home vulnerable to future damage? Call Ryan Roofing today. An in-person roof inspection is necessary to evaluate damage. Rely on Ryan Roofing to perform a free roof assessment. Inspect, assess, and resolve. Protect your home and make sure your insurance policy provides the coverage you deserve. Roofs, windows, siding, and gutters on your home or business. Call on Ryan Roofing and let their 30 years of experience go to work for you.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Winter travel can be treacherous if your tires are worn out. Stay safe with an inspection at Commercial Tire Company. Cold weather also drops the inflation in your tires. Get them checked today to avoid losing grip or damaging your tires. Commercial Tire will help keep you safe. For repairs that aren't tire-related, our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th, Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Kitchener Agency, near the intersection of Cloud and Ohio. We want to be your Salina, Kansas insurance agent.
New Image Audio is offering ceramic tint. If you're sending your child off to school or your wife on a road trip, ceramic tint offers heat rejection up to 90%, privacy in a college town or in the city, helps keep the wear down on the AC system, making your car easier to cool down. Never let your kid locking their keys in their car. With Drone Mobile, you can unlock their car from anywhere. Vehicle breakdown in an unknown area, GPS locating helps roadside service find your loved one quickly with the ability to send the vehicle location directly to the rescue squad. New Image Audio, located at 340 South Broadway. Phone calls welcome.
Insurance is something we all need in our business, home, car, and life. But do you really understand what's covered? And most importantly, what you are paying for? Hi, this is Rob Carlson in the Salina office of Smart Insurance. Change is good, especially if you haven't looked at your insurance policy lately. I can help you understand what you need and where the gaps are in your coverage. We provide free quotes and take pride in looking out for you. Smart Insurance, with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Give us a call today.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
No matter what team you support this season, Copyco has you covered with off-the-rack and custom apparel for Salina South, Salina Central, Abilene, Chapman, Sacred Heart, southeast of Saline, Ellsworth, Minneapolis, Bennington, Solomon, and El Saline. Don't see what you're looking for in store? They can custom make items so you can support any local team or student athlete. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for local high school sports gear is Copyco, located at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie. How can I help you flush today?
I just moved out here. I have no idea how this septic stuff works.
Totally normal. You're used to city sewer, right?
Yep, no idea what I'm doing.
Let me get you Flush the Frog. Call!
On it, Callie.
Flush the freakishly fast frog!
I'll hop right over. Most folks don't realize you've got to pump your tank out at least every 3 to 5 years, sir. Or it backs up fast.
Is that why my toilet's gurgling?
Yep, you've got your own private sewage system now. And if you don't take care of it, well, Let's just say it gets messy.
Thanks, Flush. Make sure Callie gives you a kiss when you get back.
Will do, sir.
At Lily Pet Septic, we guarantee to inspect your septic system within 24 hours.
Or your next pump out's free.
If you need a flush in a rush, call Lily Pet Septic.
LilyPadSeptic.com.
We'll be there in a splash.
Now, about that kiss.
All right, and welcome back to Great Bend High School. This is going to be a great one down the stretch. I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. Trey is our producer and our videographer tonight here on Salina Post and the NFHS Network. Tonight, it's our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. All right, first half stats real quick. Cooper Reeves, 102 yards rushing. Griffin Hall, 25 yards rushing. Hall, 4 of 8 passing for 40 yards. Also, Ian Premer, he's leading the way for the Panthers with 50 yards. So they pretty much held Premer in check so far tonight, partner, but Salina Central is going to start with it, and this is a big drive to start the second half, leading by 10. It is a lively environment here in Great Bend Memorial Stadium, a trip to the state tournament on the line.
Yeah, this is a huge opportunity for Salina Central right here if they score. But again, Great Bend, they really need to get a stop on this drive because if Salina Central scores, it could really be tough for Great Bend here in the second half. And again, they've done some good things offensively moving the football, but Salina Central has done a really good job at keeping all the plays in front of them, not allowing any big plays by Great Bend. And a lot of times, that's what you can do, bend and don't break, and that's what Salina Central's defense has done, or at least that's what they did in the first half.
We'll get to our Vernon Jewelers potential gem of the game. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. Ready to kick it away. Salina Central to receive the second half kickoff. It is a high end-over-end kick taken near side of the 24-yard line. Bringing it here near side are the Mustangs. Tackle at the 32-yard line. Right there is Central on the return there for the Mustangs is number 4. That is Keaton Smith. All right, I want to get to this real quick. Our Vernon Jewelers gem of the game potentially is?
Yeah, that field goal. That was clutch by that young man. His longest of his career, and it was against the wind.
And right hash.
Yes, and that was pretty impressive. That was an impressive kick.
32-yard field goal made it 16-6. Here we go. First play of the second half. Griffin Hall, the junior quarterback, 5'9", 170. Wears number 7 in white for the Mustangs. Trying to lead his team to their first state championship game since 05. Quarterback keeper here right up the middle, and then a big hit right there at the 35-yard line. On the stop there for Great Bend is number 51. That is Trenton Kern.
So they went with a counter look right there. They pulled their right guard across the formation and went to the C gap on the left side and had the back follow them, but what they actually did is ran the quarterback and they replaced the guard with another with an H-back, and the quarterback got in behind him for the run.
And Reeves is going to be hit in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. On the tackle right there was number 24, Jackson Wandera, a TFL. It's going to be 3rd down and 10 after the loss of 2.
That was a run blitz that time by Great Bend. Did a really good job right there, getting in there, making the tackle. And that's what they're going to have to do in this second half if they want to win this football game, is they're going to have to stop Cooper Reeves.
Trips go to the left. One receiver here near side. It's the tight end. Reeves goes to the left of Hall as well. 3 receiver set, goes left. Out of the shotgun, Hall, 4 of 7 on the night. Shotgun snap, looks to pass over the middle of the field. It is going to be on target and caught. What a catch, what a strike right there. Catch made by number 4, Keaton Smith. Good for a first down and a gain of 12 yards.
He was not afraid to throw that into a tight window right there, Anthony. And the receiver, Smith, did a great job because he was hit immediately. It was good coverage by Great Bend, but he put that right into that tiny window right where only his receiver could catch it. And it was a great play by Salina Central for the first down.
They call that on a rope. Man, it was into tight coverage. He whistled it in there. And a catch by Smith, who was hit and down to the 45-yard line. Running play here near side. This is Reeves. Reeves at the 50-yard line. He's going to be taken down to the 47-yard line on the Panthers side of the field. And, man, here comes Cooper Reeves again. That was carry number 22, 102 yards in the first half.
Bodie Rodriguez with a really nice block on the outside right there to spring that play. And, again, I know I hit on this a lot, but it's so important, especially at the high school level. If your receivers block well downfield and on the edge, if they're able to make some nice blocks to spring your backs, that is so huge. That means your receivers receivers are buying in, and that is so important. Good football teams, their wide receivers will block in the run game.
2nd down and 3 after a gain of 7. Heavy package near side. They're going to bring it here near side. Hall is going to break it outside of the 45-yard line up to the 40. He's got the first down. Griffin Hall, quarterback keeper, past the 40-yard line. And Central, the Mustangs, are moving right down the field, much like they did in the first half.
You heard the crowd right there. They wanted a hold. You had a defender get into the backfield trying to disrupt that play from Great Bend, but you saw one of the linemen, when he got through, start to hold him, but it wasn't called, and so you heard the crowd react right there.
This is the 37th all-time meeting between these two teams. Salina Central has won 25 of the games. Great Bend has won 11. These two teams have split their last 2 times they have played. Both of the last 4 times, I should say. The teams are 2-2 against each other. These head coaches are 1-1 against each other. Here's a handoff right up the middle. Cooper Reeves driving his way down to the 35, a gain of 5 yards for Reeves. Even on a run that just feels like it was okay, still gets 5 yards, a really good play.
Well, and the left guard pulled right there and did a great job opening a big hole. But we talked about this. So the tackle and the right guard did a really good job blocking the defensive lineman, so that let that guard that pulled get out to the second level on the linebacker, and that's what's been working well for Salina Central in this football game. We talked about it at the beginning of the game. If they can control that defensive line to get out and make blocks on that second level, it's going to bode well for them, and it has in this whole game.
167 first half yards. Reeves has it, breaks it outside of the 30-yard line, tackled to the 28-yard line, and good for another first down. A gain of 7 yards right there by Cooper Reeves on carry number 24. He had 35 carries last week. I think he's going over that tonight.
Well, we talked about this last week. At halftime, I looked over at the guy I went to the game with. I said, man, they're going to have to find somebody else to take a load off of Reeves because he's running the ball so much. But, again, you're football conditioned at this time of the football season. You should be very well conditioned, but 35 carries is a lot. If he eclipses that tonight, Anthony, that's going to be impressive.
1st and 10 from the 29, they're going to call it. They're going to mark him down to the 29, trying to get Great Bend to jump, and they do. Did Great Bend jump, or were they initiated on a false start? We'll check the flag.
The line judge over here says that he was offsides.
It is offsides. We've had very few penalties tonight, and we've also had 0 turnovers tonight as well. So a very clean game from both sides.
Well, and interestingly enough, Salina Central, I've not seen them turn the ball over because they didn't against Andover in that game. And in that game, neither team had that whole game went without turnovers.
Only had 3 turnovers on the offense all season for the Mustangs. Reeves waiting for his block of good back. Does that. He waits for his block and then powers his way up to the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 yards for Cooper Reeves. He's just sitting there waiting, his hands on his blocker, waiting for that hole to open up. He drives his way right down and good for another first down.
Again, this offensive front's done such a nice job tonight. We'll get their names out there here. Number 57, Reese Kelly. Number 64, Caden Snyder. Number 68, Sejon Mills. Number 71, Warwick Van Blaricon. And then Parker Pinks, number 79.
A very big offensive line that Coach Beck was a little bit worried about. Inside the red zone now. 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line. 2 receivers go to the left, 1 near side. The ball's on the right side, near side hash. Reeves to the left, hip of the quarterback. Reeves gets the handoff here, trying to bounce it outside. He's going to be hit, and he's going to be stopped for a short gain on the tackle again. Number 7, Cale Kern, and Great Bend folks are very familiar with his name. Him and his brother Trent lead the team in tackles.
And that's what you've got to do a lot of times. If you're not going to be able to tackle him yourself, stand him up. Stop that progress, and you have to gang tackle a guy like that. But that was very impressive. A lot of strength right there by the linebacker, standing him up, shoving him back, and so somebody else could come in and help him make the tackle.
Reeves, 6 foot, 215-pound senior. A gain of just a yard, they're going to say right there. 2nd down and 9 from the 18-yard line. 2 receivers go to the left, 1 here near side. Pack in the backfield, they're looking to pass. Hall, all day to throw, surveys the field, steps up in the pocket, now looks near side, still trying to find somebody open. Here comes the pressure, he's going to dump it underneath. He was trying to get it to Reeves, a little bit short-armed right there. 3 or 4 Panthers in the backfield right there, including number 24, Jackson Wandra. A lot of running around, but the pass falls incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9.
Well, we talked about Hall being able to extend the play with his legs, but that right there, that was incredibly impressive. I mean, his line got a little bit, there was some penetration there, got a little thin. They got into the backfield. He went one way looking. He realized nobody was open, so that was good coverage downfield by Great Bend, and then he turned and ran back the other way and almost found a receiver right there. But here's the thing. Receivers have to recognize when their quarterbacks are in trouble and work their way back to the quarterback to get the football, and that's what they were doing on that play. He just didn't get it completed.
3rd down and 9 out of the shotgun. High snap. Reeves looking to run, trying to go left. He's going to stay on his feet, driving his way forward. forward, spins off a tackle, barrels his way forward. He's got the first down inside the 10-yard line, down to the 8-yard line, a gain of 9 yards right there for Cooper Reeves. First and goal from the 8-yard line on the opening drive of the second half, and they have taken 5.5 minutes off the clock.
He is just such a physical runner. He's not just hard to tackle, but he initiates contact a lot of times so he can be the aggressor, and that's how he breaks these tackles. A lot of times he's looking as he's running to see, and if somebody's coming his way, a lot of times he'll just take them on rather than try and run past them. And so that is a lot of times that can start to wear down a defense when your offensive line's doing what they're doing and your backs can do that.
Here's a running play. Reeves is going to be hit at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward. That's what good backs do as well. They fall forward. So even though he was hit, it's a short gain of just 3 yards down to the 5-yard line. Now, if Central can score here, they will go up by 3 scores. And they would, for sure, if they can get in the end zone, make it at least 22, maybe 23-6, make it a 16 or 17-point game. Under 6 minutes to go, third quarter. This is exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to get in the red zone and try to score and eat the clock.
Well, what was more impressive that time, too, in that play is the defensive front. The defensive lineman for Great Bend had great penetration. He was able to get in there and hit Reeves low in the backfield. That's what you've got to do to stop him.
Second down and goal from the 5. Reeves already has 2 rushing touchdowns on the night. If he scores here, it's touchdown number 30 of the season. Brings it here near side. Premer slings him down. D1 football player against D1 wrestler. It's going to be a loss of 4 yards right there. Premer playing safety, shot through the gap and throws him down.
Well, big players step up in big situations, and that's what he did right there, making a great play, tackle for loss. And so, again, it's just a situation where Great Bend, there's things they're doing to stay in this football game, and that's what they need to continue to do right here. It's 16-6. There's plenty of time left here, and they definitely can come back in this football game.
Third down and go from the 9, 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Central has possessed the ball the whole entire third quarter. 2 receivers left, Twins right. No tight end in the game, and now we are going to get a timeout on the far side. We will take a timeout with them. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank.
At AJ Honey Farms, the honey is just the beginning. From raw honey and wax melts to happy bee balm and beekeeping gear, they've got everything buzzing with local flavor. Whether you're soothing a sore throat, starting your own hive, or gifting something sweet to a loved one, AJ Honey Farms brings the bees and the kind of sweetness only they can bottle.
This is Alan from AJ Honey Farms right here at 901 North 9th Street in Salina, Kansas. We truly appreciate your continued support and thank you for choosing local.
We are back at Great Bend. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. Let's thank some more sponsors, Abilene Termite and Pest Control, serving Salina and Saline County. Here is a big third down.
Well, that's what I was going to say, Anthony. So Coach Mark Sanbo, he must feel like this is a very, very important drive. Of course it is when you get points at this part of the game, but he wants this touchdown bad because I think he thinks this may put this out of reach in this game. So he decided to use his timeout there because this timeout that he just used could have been big if this game is close in the fourth quarter. But right now he felt like he wants this touchdown. He called the timeout right here.
The last time they called a timeout, it was on a fake punt that went for a pass. Out of the shotgun, Hall takes the snap, rolls the pocket left, looking for somebody in the end zone. Now he's got to tuck it and run. He's going to be hit out of bounds at the 7-yard line, forced out by Ian Premer, a gain of just 2 yards. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 7-yard line. Do you kick it and try to make it 19-6, or do you go for it? You've taken over 7 minutes off the clock.
Looks like they might be bringing him on. Here's the thing. He made a really nice clutch kick earlier. Here's the thing, though. Great Bend did what they needed to do right there. Stretch that play out. We'll call that a coverage sack. I know he got 2 yards on it, but the coverage was so good in the end zone, there was nobody for him to throw the ball to, for Hall to throw the ball to. So that is a big win right there. Even if Salina Central gets his field goal, that's a big win by the Great Bend defense.
25-yard field goal left hash. It's a fake. They're going to bring it here near side. Looking to throw. Throws into the end zone. Pass is caught for a touchdown. Bodie Rodriguez on the catch. Abram Owings on the pass. It is a special teams touchdown on another trick play for the Mustangs.
Wow. What a call. I almost wonder if that's what he was calling during the timeout, letting them know they might do that. And so if they didn't get, they were running that play, stretching it out. If they didn't get the touchdown, that must have been their plan. But, man, that is huge. What a gutsy call right there, too, giving up the possibility of the 3 points. And so a nice call by Sanbo. Very, very well executed by the Salina Central Mustangs.
Wow, that was impressive. Now here comes the PAT. There's the snap, the hold. It is on the way, and the kick is good. Salina Central, the 2 seed, leads the 1 seed Great Bend 23-6. 4:34 to go here in this third quarter. The Mustangs on top on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week on Salina Post and the NFHS Sports Network.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
No matter what team you support this season, Copyco has you covered with off-the-rack and custom apparel for Salina South, Salina Central, Abilene, Chapman, Sacred Heart, southeast of Saline, Ellsworth, Minneapolis, Bennington, Solomon, and El Saline. Don't see what you're looking for in store? They can custom make items so you can support any local team or student athlete. From t-shirts and hats to hoodies and so much more, your home for local high school sports gear is Copyco, located at 2346 Planet Avenue in Salina.
Welcome back to Great Bend. After a fake field goal touchdown, here comes Great Bend on the return, trying to get a big return on the return. That time, number 24. That is Jackson at Wanda. That was our smart play of the game, brought to you by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Not the kickoff right there. It was the fake field goal touchdown. Again, one more time. Abram Owings threw it to Bodie Rodriguez on a pitch from Griffin Hall on a fake field goal.
Yeah, so what they did is they not only did they fake the field goal, they faked like they were going to run it to the left, ran all the way back across the formation to throw the pass into the end zone. And so a lot of deception on that play right there, but very well executed by Salina Central. That's a play they've probably had in their arsenal all season long and waited for the right opportunity to run it, and that was that play right there.
It is do or die time now for the Panthers. Here comes a jet sweep. Cooper Omock, he has got some speed, and he can move up the field in a hurry. He's going to get it out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 8 yards right there for Cooper Omock on the end around.
Yeah, excuse me, nicely blocked right there, too, by the left side of that line, and you had a receiver get out there and make a key block, too. And so Great Bend still, don't panic. Trust the process. Trust your offense. You don't have to get all these points back on this drive.
4 minutes to go, third quarter. 2 receivers set to each side, Premer near side. Daxton Minton, shotgun snap, throws over the middle of the field. It was nearly intercepted. Jesus Delgado, the senior linebacker, nearly had a big-time interception on the Panthers logo at midfield. Instead, it falls incomplete, and it's 3rd down and 1.
So that's what I mean, though. Daxton Minton, don't press right here. He tried to kind of force that right there, but you don't have to get all these yards that you need to score on one play here. Just trust the process, trust your offense, and run it as you have all season long.
And Daxton Minton is going to run it here. He is going to get the first down near side. Lost the ball. They're going to say he was down. He was down on the carry right there. Daxton Minton will get 3 yards on the carry and good for a first down.
Yeah, Rodriguez in there again on the tackle, or Delgado in there on the tackle again, the senior linebacker doing a great job again. And he was almost like a spy on that play. You could see that was his job all the way, was whoever was going to run the ball, go get him.
1st and 10 for the Panthers from their own 44-yard line. 4 receivers go to the right. Here's a quick screen pass to Premer on the far side, trying to get him open, but nowhere to run. Delgado there as well on the far side, trying to get a number on the player who made the initial tackle on the far side, and it is...
Yeah, I'm looking too, Anthony.
Waiting to see if he'll turn this way. What a good stop it was. It was number 20. That is Alex Garcia. We've said his name a lot tonight.
We have. Here's the thing. They're flying to the football, man. We talked about it, how Great Bend has they're very balanced on offense as far as the throw and run, and they have a lot of playmakers, and how Salina Central's defense needed to make sure they kept all those plays in front of them and not allow the big play. They've done a great job of that tonight, and especially flying to the football after it's either passed or once they get beyond the line of scrimmage.
Here's a pass down the middle of the field for Omock. He's going to make the catch, and he is going to score. Cooper Omock Daxton Minton. The lights are off. They're flickering on the field, and the Panthers are right back in it after a big-time strike from Minton to Omar.
So that's something that Andover did against him. You saw Great Bend kind of kept that in their pocket. What they did, one-on-one coverage with the corner. He ran a post route to the middle. He beat him, and the quarterback did a great job dropping that right into his hands. He almost kind of let him open and let him run to the football because the defender was right there with him stride for stride. Great pass and an even better catch that time for the big score by Great Bend. They needed that right there. That's a big shot in the arm for their football team.
54 yards on the completion, the longest one of the night for either side. They're going to go for 2. Play clock at 10. They've got to go in a hurry. It's 23-12. They are running to the line. 3 receivers near side. Play clock at 5. 1 receiver goes left. Holiday in the backfield. They're going to roll the pocket far side, throw into the back of the end zone. It's going to be caught. Omach on the reception for the 2-point conversion.
Nice.
We have got ourselves a ball game. The lights are flickering once again on the light show here at Panther Stadium, Memorial Stadium in Great Bend. 23-14 is our score. We're back with more right after this on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank.
4 walls and a roof can make a house, but a home, that's where life happens. First steps, backyard birthdays, morning coffee, sunsets on the porch. Home isn't something you buy, it's something you feel. And when it's right, you just know. For 22 years, Dan Goebel has helped people in Salina find that feeling. And now, he's here to help you. Your home is out there. Dan Goebel knows the way. Call 785-819-1904 or visit Salina Homes to find your way home.
We have got ourselves a game. Welcome back to Memorial Stadium. Fans, don't forget to check out our Salina Post Facebook page and S Post Sports on Twitter after the game to see video highlights from all around the area. Proudly presented by the Billings Group. I can promise you some of these trick plays by Salina Central will be on there. 23-14, Central still on top, but a 54-yard strike right there for Great Bend. We'll get to your analysis partner here in just a second. They're going to kick it away. And this has turned into quite the game after the quick score. It's going to be a deep kick, bringing it here near side, taking it to the 17-yard line, trying to find a gap to run. This is Smith again out to the 35, so a return of 17 yards. And here we go with the Mustangs offense. But first, back to the touchdown.
Yeah, so a lot of times you'll see that if you're running the ball successfully, a lot of times the secondary will get sucked in. That's exactly what they were doing when Andover did that to him a few weeks ago. So the thing is, the safety kind of bit down on another route. So you had one-on-one coverage, and so he ran the post route. The quarterback did a great job dropping back, setting his feet, recognizing where the receiver needed to go on the post route, and threw him open because the defender was stride for stride with him. That shows great intelligence of the game of football on both Minton, the quarterback, and the receiver that caught that, because that was a huge play for them. A great run route and a very good ball delivery on that play.
Here come the Mustangs offense after the touchdown by the Panthers to Reeves. A gain of just a yard out to the 35-yard line. And now this puts some juice in this place. They may be a little bit deflated after another long touchdown drive on a trick play. This place is rocking and everybody is on their feet here on the near side.
Yeah, Matt Westerhouse, the athletic director, has done a great job. He's been here. He's in his 4th year. He came from Junction City. And it's really a great atmosphere here, the light show that they do. We're in here in the press box with all their people, their staff in here. And so, they do it right. The crowd is rocking tonight. This is a great venue, a great field. They do things right here at Great Bend.
2:05 to go in the third quarter. Central leads by 9. Reeves is going to bring it here to the near side. Reeves is going to be hit from behind on the stop. Number 51, Trenton Kern, a gain of just 2 out to the 37-yard line. And now here's a big third down. You can see that Panther defense flying around. 3rd down and 7 coming up for the Mustangs offense.
They had some success. They forced some 3-and-outs and forced Salina to punt a few different times there in the first half. And so there's been some times they've been able to make some adjustments and stop Reeves. But again, what's been key is this offensive front for Salina Central being able to get out to the second level and make some of those blocks. But right there, they shed a block and made a nice tackle.
3rd down and 7 from their own 37. 3 receivers go to the left, 1 near side. It's the tight end. Reeves, the running back. Shotgun snap for Hall. Surveys the field. He's throwing deep. Far side, it's overthrown. And Premer nearly had a one-handed interception. He put his right arm out but couldn't snag it. It is a 3-and-out. And the Panther defense gets off the field quickly. 4th and 7 from their own 37. You've got a feeling you've almost got the punt right here.
Well, I think the receiver must have fallen down because there was no receiver in the area, but there were 3 defenders there. And so I think maybe he lost his footing somewhere, or maybe there was some contact and he went down, but no penalty, and maybe there shouldn't have been. But he was not in the area, so the receiver did not make it. So a lot of times it's just because maybe he fell or he didn't get to complete his route.
4th down and 7. Again, Hall is the punter. Craybaum is in there. He's the backup punter as well. He did throw a pass the last time. Now we're going to get a false start on the left guard. A false start here on the Mustangs. Back them up 5 more. Make it 4th down and 12. There's that crowd factor you're talking about. The crowd is juiced here at Memorial Stadium in Great Bend.
Well, and they know this game's not over. You know, you've got plenty of time here. In this game, you're down 23-14. That 2-point conversion made up for the missed extra point in the first quarter, and so that was huge. And so, again, you have an opportunity here. If you can get a nice stop and your offense can get the ball back and score, it totally flips this football game.
Back to punt. Not a great punt. It's a spiraling punt here to the near side, but it's going to land right near the student section near side. And I'm going to go ahead and keep it right here. And I'm going to take a guess here, partner, and say them students may be a little bit cold down there. They're not wearing any shirts. They're just wearing overalls in Great Bend's colors. But
that's pretty
I think
cool.
All the adrenaline's got them fired up.
They're teenagers, man. They're tough. A lot tougher than you and I. We got the windows open here.
And
I've
had
my hands in my pockets a little bit here so far in the second half. People with stocking caps on up here in the press box. We got the windows open because we've got cameras and stuff in here. But, again, that's huge. So Great Bend, they're in Salina Central territory right here with an opportunity to score and see if they can narrow this gap.
They take over at the 48-yard line. 2 receivers right. Premer's in the backfield. Ian's going to get it right here. Premer's got some speed. He's got the first down. Driving his way forward down to the 32. Ian Premer, the Notre Dame commit, gets 16 on the first play of the drive.
Yeah, he's a running back. He's an H-back. He's a receiver. He's a tight end. He does it all for this football team. Also plays defense in the secondary. And right there, big players, as we talked about it, make big plays in big games. And that was one right there. And you're right. He lowers his shoulders. He keeps his pad levels low and fights for yards. Great run.
Premer's back there again. Why not give it to him on a counter play near side, just following his blockers, falling down to the 23-yard line. A gain of 8 this time for Premer. He had 50 yards rushing at the half. These are his first 2 carries right here. Quick recap, 23-6 was the score. And then it was a 54-yard touchdown pass from Minton to Omocht. And now we are back in a tight game, 23-14, 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Great Bend is driving, nearing the red zone at the Mustangs' 23-yard line. 3 receivers go to the right, 1 left. Premer in the backfield again. Minton at quarterback out of the shotgun. Going to be a quarterback keeper this time. Daxton Minton's trying to get to the outside. He's got it. 15-10 towards the corner of the end zone. He dives. Is he in? Yes, it's a touchdown for the Panthers on a 23-yard rushing touchdown by their quarterback, Daxton Minton.
I know I've hit on this all night, but there was a key block by a wide receiver there. I was trying to see who it was. But what they did right there is just a stretch. They ran it with the quarterback instead of running back. Did a great job getting outside. He started to read the blocks. You could see the plays develop. The tackle made a great job holding his block. You saw one receiver step in on a crack block and do another great job. And then you had another receiver at the 10-yard line make another really nice block to spring the play. That is a huge touchdown. We talk about this all the time. What are the keys in big games? Momentum shifts. That's a huge momentum shift right there. The extra point's good, Anthony.
Yeah, Giovanni Cruz, the freshman kicker, knocked it through. 23-21 is our score. We'll take a break. We're back with more on Salina Post and the NFHS Network right after this.
Close your eyes. Now, imagine yourself cheering from the bleachers at Salina South. Feel the pride of donning the colors of Salina Central. Picture the spirit of being part of the Sacred Heart community or the camaraderie at Southeast of Saline. Envision the thrill of supporting El Saline or Bennington. Visualize the unity in rallying for Minneapolis High. Now, open your eyes and see yourself in team apparel from Messenger Total Promotions. Visit them in person in downtown Salina.
Sage is your go-to source for industrial strength cleaning products, ice melt, floor equipment, paper, asphalt, and just about everything in between. Whether you're a maintenance supervisor, a small business, or just wanting your home to look amazing, stop by 732 North 9th Street in Salina, where we will be happy to assist you. You can also visit us at sageselects.com or call us at 309-1919. Sage Products, the right call every time. time.
Back at Memorial Stadium, I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's presenting sponsor is Bennington State Bank. Smith has it again near side of the 18-yard line. He's got some speed, looking for a blocker, following his blocks out to the 39-yard line. Somebody lost his shoe.
Yeah. I thought it was a football for a second, but it was a shoe. You know what, though? We were talking about this right before we took our break. Big games, key playoff games like this, a lot of times we talk about turnovers, we talk about penalties, but momentum shifts, big momentum shifts. This is a huge momentum shift in this football game. And right there, Great Bend did what they needed to do on 2 big stops defensively and 2 big drives offensively. And huge for them, because now a 2-point football game, and we talked about this when the extra point was missed. So instead of being a 3-point game, it's just a 2-point game for Salina Central.
8 seconds to go, probably the last play of the quarter. Reeves, no, it's going to be a quarterback keeper haul up the middle. He's got a big run. He's past midfield and up to the 45-yard line of the Panthers with 1 second to go in the third quarter. A big run right there on the first play of the drive. They're going to mark him to the 46 of the Panthers, and that will be the last play of the third quarter. What a quarter it was. Momentum shifts back and forth one way and the other. When we come back, it's fourth quarter action on tonight's Bennington State game. Presenting sponsor, again, this is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week on Salina Post and the NFHS Network.
Ready to take your nursing career to the next level? Memorial Health System in Abilene is hiring full-time registered nurses for their hospital emergency department, and they've got the perks to match. Sign-on bonuses, shift and weekend differentials, a child care stipend, and tuition reimbursement to keep you moving forward. Bring your skills where they'll make the biggest impact, right here in Abilene. Apply today at srhc.com. That's srhc.com to apply for this opening at Memorial Health System in Abilene, taking care of you so you can take care of others.
At Vernon Jewelers, we believe jewelry is more than just an accessory. It's an expression of who you are. It's also a piece of your life that can be passed down through the generations. That's why our expert team is here to listen, understand, and help you find that piece that speaks to your story. We're not just your local jeweler. We're your neighbors, your friends, and your partners in celebrating life's precious moments. Vernon Jewelers in downtown Salina. In our 141st year, we are not old. We're just really good at what we do.
This is going to be fun. One more quarter to decide who is going to the state championship game for Class 5A West. First and 10 for the Mustangs. They lead by 2 to begin the fourth quarter. Cooper Reeves, he has had a great game tonight. Over 125 yards rushing. Picks up 5 yards right there on first down. Driving his way forward down to the 41-yard line. That is carry number 28.
Yeah, that's a lot. So they're getting most of their success running right at the heart of this Great Bend defense, right up the middle. Even when they're running with their quarterback, what they're doing is faking that C-gap run to Cooper Reeves, and then the quarterback's running right up the middle off of that fake. And so that's where they're having most of their success. That's where they feel the most comfortable running the football tonight.
Second down and 5 from the Great Bend 41-yard line. Out of the shotgun, a running play to Reeves. He's going to go right this time. He's going to get the first down. He's going to fall forward to the 35-yard line. He's going to gain. He needed 5. They're going to say he got right at 5. He's got the first down. You talked about the missed extra point. How about the call to go for the fake field goal and convert? Because that totally switched this game in terms of instead of, going for a field goal, you'd be trailing right now by 2. Instead, you're leading by 2.
No, that's a good point, Anthony. And that took a lot of guts right there, too, because you were giving up the better chance of the 3 points.
It's a 4-point swing the way it worked out. All right, first and 10 inside the 40 at the 36-yard line. 2 receivers near side. 1 goes left. Pack the tight end of the H-back. And now the ball's going to pop free. Hall's going to go back, and he's going to nearly go down. He is going to go down. He lost the ball again at the 45-yard line. Bremer says Great Bend's got it. He nearly lost it once, got it back, lost it again, and now Great Bend has got it. Hall fumbles the football trying to make something out of nothing. It's recovered by the Panthers, and Great Bend down by 2 has the ball back at their own 45. The recovery right there by number 24, Jackson Wandra for Salina Central. Haven't had any miscues all night, all postseason. You're driving and you get a miscue.
Well, and that's the first turnover I've seen Salina Central make this season in the 3 games I've watched them play. So here's the thing. And that's watching them live, I should say. But here's the thing, momentum changes. We just talked about this. You get momentum swings. You saw that right there. Salina Central starting to maybe press just a little bit, so the bad snap. A lot of times bad snaps, we talk about this, nose guards maybe starting to get some penetration, putting some pressure on that center, and I think maybe that's what's happening right here because they're starting to get some penetration. But you saw that right there. That was huge. Great Bend with an enormous opportunity right here.
Central still leads by 2. Their defense has been great. Premer goes in motion. Here's going to be a running play, and he's going to bring it here near side. He's going to be tackled on the carry right there, number 7, Cale Kern. Haven't called his name much tonight on the offensive side, but he gets a carry for a short gain of just 2.
So, again, we'll go back to that for just a second. Momentum changes, and a lot of times it just takes one big play. But right there, that turnover, that is huge too because – again, Salina Central, how many turnovers did you say they had offensively all year?
Just 3 before that. That's 4.
That's their 4th. That is incredible in this many football games and that many snaps.
2nd down and 8 from the 46-yard line. Trips to the left. One receiver near side. Minton in the shotgun looks to throw. Here comes the blitz for Central. Looking to throw a flag. Is going to be down, and he's going to be hit, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way back at the 34-yard line. So a big loss right there. Instead of throwing it away, he's going to say he stepped out of bounds. It's going to go down as a sack all the way back to the 34-yard line. That would be a loss of 14 yards. There is a flag at the 35. We'll check the flag.
To the spot penalty. We'll have to see what happens, see what the call is.
I think you would decline the penalty due to it being a sack. We'll check the flag. Holding on the offense.
Yep, good call. So, and again, these officials tonight.
That was a relentless play with that defensive front.
What I like about the officiating crew tonight, though, they're letting these kids play. They're not throwing a lot of flags. We've had an abundance of flags. They're calling what they need to call, and they're doing a really good job here tonight. Impressed with this officiating crew. I'd like to know where they're out of because they're doing a really, really nice job in this football game.
They have been on top of it all game long. You got to be right here in a sub-state game. The winner of this game will take on St. James Academy or Baser Linwood. St. James Academy was up 14-0 at halftime in that game. 3rd down and 18. The line to gain is the 44-yard line. They're going to run a screen here. Pass near side is going to be caught by Holiday. He's going to be tackled from behind by Delgado at the 45-yard line. So they pick up 9. They needed 18. They only pick up half. And you think they've got to punt the football here down 2 with 9:30 to go in the game on your own side of the field. They're going to punt for the 2nd time tonight.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, you got a good chunk of the yards back there and giving your punter a little better position to pin them a little bit deeper, too, on that play. And so he's going to be punting this. But, again, you know, that's still big because that was a turnover. You want to capitalize on those turnovers, but because you didn't, it's okay. It's just a 2-point game. You've got 9 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the 4th quarter.
And that defense was huge there for Central. The high end-over-end punt. Fair catch called for the 22-yard line, taken by Owings, who uniquely has a touchdown pass tonight. All right, 8:56 to go here in this game. 8:56 to go, Central 23, Great Bend 21. The Sharp Performance Athlete Academy is the #1 program for all athletes 7th through 12th grade, no matter what sport, and open to boys and girls. Our staff has firsthand experience in college and professional training and is dedicated to guiding athletes with expert advice and support throughout their training journey. The Football Academy is also beginning soon. Visit Sharp-Performance for more information.
So, right there, they wanted to try and get a return. There was no pressure on the punt. They didn't rush the punt at all right there. Ended up having to call for a fair catch, so that's nice because they pinned them deep. Great Bend flipping the field right here.
A lot of hang time on the punt. A big tackle right up front. That was by Josue Bustamante, number 73, the defensive tackle for Great Bend. A gain of just a yard there for Reeves.
So they sent, again, the junior linebacker Cale Kern on a run blitz. That's what Great Bend is starting to do, and that's what they were having some success with earlier. If you choose that right, a lot of times you're going to bust that play. That's what they did right there. Cale Kern did a really nice job on the run blitz, getting in there and disrupting that play for Great Bend.
It was 23-6 after a fake field goal turned into a touchdown pass. A great call by Coach Sanbo and his team. And then it's been 15 straight by the Panthers. 2nd down and 9 from their own 24-yard line. Shotgun snap, quarterback keeper Hall is going to break through. A nice job reading the gap and going right behind the center up to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 5 yards. 3rd down and manageable coming up here for the Mustang offense. Not a must-get first down, but you get a first down, maybe you get a chance to exhale a little bit and run some clock.
You do. It almost looks like they ran the trap right there, the way they blocked that. And so I'd like to see that play again. But, again, you're seeing that. And also, again, too, sometimes you can see this defensive front for Great Bend's pretty quick, and so maybe they're starting to get this offensive line worn down.
2 receivers go to the right, 1 left. The tight end comes left, heavy, near side. The ball's on the left hash at the 29-yard line. 7:30 to go in the game. Mustangs by 2. Shotgun snap. Reeves is going to run near side, trying to drive his way forward. He's hit at the 30-yard line, a gain of just a yard on the tackle for Great Bend. And number 7, Cale Kern, the junior, 6'1", 220, brings down the Salina Central running back. 4th down and 2 coming up. 7:15 to go at your own 30-yard line.
So here's what you do. We talked about this earlier. When the guard pulls, they pulled the right guard. When the defensive lineman's able to get into his hip pocket, usually he's going to take you to the play unless it's some kind of counter. It took him right to the play. He did a great job right there, and you saw 2 guys get in to make the tackle.
They've ran 2 fake punts for passes tonight. 1 by Craybon, 1 by Hall. Hall's in the game. Trying to get him to jump offside. He's going to go hard count. He's trying to get him to jump offsides. He does jump offsides. Number 51 jumps offsides. Trent Kearns, the senior. They went hard count out of the shotgun, didn't get him on 4th and 2. They run up to the line of scrimmage, go hard count, and they get him to jump right there.
Yeah, and so they looked like they were going to run blitz again. 7 was right there too, getting ready to run blitz. And so that's what they were trying to do. They knew the Great Bend was getting aggressive, and so they thought they might be able to take advantage of it right there, and that's exactly what they did, getting him to jump.
6:45 to go in the game in the 4th quarter. The winner of this game goes to the state championship game, and it's been a while since either one has been there. 2005 for Salina Central, 2006 for Great Bend. The Panthers have never won a state championship in football. Salina Central has won 6. 1st and 10. Reeves is going to bring it here. He's going to run far side, driving his way forward up to the 44-yard line. Reeves with a nice run, 8 yards right there. And there's your sigh of relief for Central.
Well, this is what they want to do. Run clock, eat clock, run the football, keep the ball out of Great Bend's hands. That's how you're going to win this football game. How much can you eat here? Even if you don't score, can you take another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock? That is huge. Salina Central wants to try and possess this football for the remainder of this quarter if they can. Get down here and score.
5:53 and counting to go in the game. Play clock at 9 seconds. 2 receivers right, 1 left. The ball's at the 43-yard line. Reeves to the left of the quarterback. Reeves is going to run it. He's going to drive his way forward. Stays on his feet at midfield, trying to be pulled down from behind. Premer strips the ball! And Premer, the Great Bend tight end, safety, running back, all the above, strips the ball from Cooper Reeves, and Great Bend recovers at the Central 48-yard line.
Sometimes that's the danger in fighting for extra yards. He's fighting for extra yards right there. He stayed up. You have to protect the football. Premer got in there, punched the ball, stripped it. That's huge. Sometimes, especially when you're trying to eat clock at the end, just be glad to get the yardage you have. You can continue to fight, but, man, sometimes you got to be careful. And right there, that was costly because Great Bend gets turnover. They're in Salina Central territory right now at the 48-yard line.
With 5.5 to go, Premer, he just stripped it. Now he's going to run it to the far side. He's going to lower the shoulder, and a big hit right there by Salina Central. A big hit on the far side by number 3, senior Jeremiah Smith. Knocks him down for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, that was a big tackle right there. Great open field tackle, too. And, when your safety can come up and make a tackle like that, that's big. And that's what you need right here. But, again, Great Bend, just trust the process. You've got 5 minutes and 9 seconds here, 2nd and 10. You're down by 2. Just trust the process. You want to eat some clock here, too, because you want to make sure you can keep the ball out of Salina Central's hands.
The ball's on the left hash, far side, looking to pass. Minton has got a 54-yard touchdown pass tonight. Slinging it here near side for Onmock. Omock is calling for a flag. They're not going to get one. Cooper Omock on the receiving end of the big touchdown earlier. In coverage here on the near side for Central was Smith. We just talked about him. They didn't call the flag there.
But
Panthers wanted it. They don't get it. It's 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of contact allowed. But here's the thing. I don't know that ball was catchable. I think that's another reason why they didn't, because that ball was thrown so far downfield.
Coach Beck getting an explanation near side. 3rd down and 10 from the Central 48-yard line. 4:49 to go in the game. Mustangs by 2. Looking to pass. Throws near side for Premer. It's too high. It's going to be incomplete over the hand of the 6'6 senior wide receiver, tight end, and defensive superstar. Too tall. It's 4th and 10. And I think
you
got to
go. Well, you've got to go for it here. I mean, the way Salina's eating clock, you can't give the ball back to them. You got to take a risk here, and you've got to. You could punt it and hope to get it back, but the thing is, if they score, it's over. So you really need to get this first down. You're right. He was pressing a little bit through that too high, Anthony.
5 of 11 on passing tonight for Daxton Minton. 3 receivers, including Premer near side. Premer is in the slot. Holiday, the running back. He scored a touchdown on the opening drive for Great Bend.
See if they jump, take the timeout. Nope.
4th and 10. They're looking to pass. Here comes the pressure. Minton evades, rolls near side, looking to find somebody. Throws late for Premer. It is going to be knocked away. It's incomplete. It is knocked away. It's incomplete. In coverage, number 27, Trey Wise, knocks it away. It's a turnover on downs. The 3rd time tonight for the Great Bend offense. 4:35 to go in the game. Central leading 23-21.
Well, and Minton did a good job trying to extend the play with his legs right there as he rolled out. He got a great block from number 56, Blaine Inslee, the senior offensive lineman. As he was rolling, it was a great block. He sprung Minton to give him more time, and as he was rolling out, he threw the ball. But, man, it was good defense by Salina Central, but it was thrown right where it needed to be, and the receiver just wasn't able to get his hands on it.
After the strip, no yards were gained, and Central gets it back at their own 48 once again. Hall, he's going to take it right side. He's going to get forward for a gain of 7 up to the 45-yard line. They're going to say at the 46. He stretched out to the 45. They're going to say down to the 46, so a gain of 7 right there for Griffin Hall. And now this is where the clock becomes interesting. 4:21 and counting, 23-21 Central. Great Bend has all 3 timeouts. Central has 2.
Yeah, and so here's the thing. They're going to let that clock tick. They're going to take as many seconds off the clock between snaps as they can right now and force Great Bend to start using those timeouts.
4:15 to go now. Play clock at 10 seconds. 2nd down and 4. 2 receivers come near side. 1 goes left. Reeves the running back. And now it's going to be a passing play. Shotgun looking to pass it. Griffin Hall is going to step up and run. He's going to be a yard short of the line to gain. He is tackled at the 43. Tried to look downfield. Nobody was open, so he took off and gained a couple. 3rd down and 1 coming up. Under 3:35 to go. The clock just ticking away. Not a friend of Great Bend, but a big friend right here for Central if you can get a first down.
Well, what's impressive about Hall is he drops back. If nothing's open, he has the ability to take off and get yards, and he does that so well. And the offensive line doesn't just give him plenty of time to throw the football, but once he becomes a runner, they do a great job making holes for him.
3rd down and a yard from the Great Bend 43-yard line. Reeves to the right. Out of the shotgun is Hall, the junior quarterback. Play clock at 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And he's going to take the snap. No, he's not going to take the snap. I thought he was going to take the snap with 1 second left on the clock. He decides not to. They run 40 seconds off the clock, 3:04 to go in the game. 23-21, Central is on top. A trip to the state championship game is on the line. All right, what are you going with here? Quarterback, keeper, trying to do something around the end. Just give it to Reeves.
No, I'm giving it to Reeves. I'm giving it to Reeves right up the middle. Do what you've been doing all night, your bread and butter. Here's the thing. So let's talk about the offensive line for Salina Central for just a second. Every lineman has an internal clock. So does the quarterback, so does the receivers. When you drop back to pass, you kind of start to know if that ball's not delivered, and if you don't see that ball go, this is where Salina Central makes a great transition as an offensive line. They kind of know that their quarterback, being who it is, and you know they practice this, if the ball's not passed, that internal clock starts to click. Then you know that you're starting to maybe make some running lanes, and so that's what Salina Central does so well, and their quarterback does so well. He knows if he doesn't deliver the football, he can run it, and the line has a great internal clock and knows when to transition from pass protection to run protection.
3:04 to go in the game. 3rd down and 1 from the Great Bend 43-yard line. Reeves the running back. Hall out of the shotgun. Tight, heavy set goes right. They're going to run it right. First down, Griffin Hall. He gains 2 yards up to the 41-yard line. And now the Panthers are going to have to start thinking about their timeout usage. Down by 2 with under 3 minutes to go.
They went with the quarterback right there off the counter. It's worked all night for them, and so that's another play in their arsenal that's worked very, very well. This offensive line for Salina Central, man, they have done such a great job tonight dominating the trenches, and that's what's important. And so, I wasn't really sure tonight. I thought maybe Great Bend might have had the edge, but Salina Central's been very, very impressive tonight, especially with their offensive line. There's a reason why they run the ball so well.
Led by left tackle Caden Snyder, going to KU next year. 1st and 10, under 2.5 to go. Running play, Reeves trying to go right. He's going to be stopped for a short gain, and now we're going to get a timeout by Coach Beck. Let's take a timeout with them. 23-21 is our score. This is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor, Bennington State Bank.
Lily Pad Septic, this is Callie, where we can get you a flush and a rush. How can we help you flush today?
Oh, it smells like something died out by my septic tank. It's bad.
Oh no, I know that smell you're talking about. Cole!
I smelt it from here.
Flush the freakishly fast frog.
I'll follow the funk. It's not a dead animal, sir. It's your septic tank venting gases. Oof. She's full, real full.
That's the smell.
I've got to get back and tell Callie. Callie, he needs a pump out, quick.
Already got a pump truck rolling.
If you need a flush and a rush, call Lily Pad Septic.
We guarantee to inspect your septic issues within 24 hours.
Or you get a free septic tank pump out worth $399.
Lily Pad Septic.
We'll be there in a splash.
Callie, quick, kiss me. That stink stuck to my skin.
I don't know if I can.
Oh, good. I can smell other things again.
2nd down and 8. Welcome back to Great Bend Memorial Stadium. Salina Central on top, 23-21, 2:30 to go in the game. 2nd down and 8. Hall looking to pass. Now he's going to take off and run. He's hit by Ian Creamer. He's going to lose 2 yards. The Notre Dame commit comes shooting up and makes the tackle for loss. A quick timeout by Coach Beck. It is going to be 3rd down and 10 after the tackle for loss. In a way, yes, you're making them use their timeouts. That's good. But in essence, a 1st down here really would almost ice the game.
Oh, yeah. It would make it really tough, especially since they're getting closer. And even if they can get down and get a field goal here, that's huge. So,
I think you got to go to the air here.
Yeah, that's what are we here?
3rd down and 10.
So, and they've done that okay, and they could do that RPO. They've done that so well tonight where he starts to roll out. If there's nothing open, he runs the ball so well. Try and spread that field maybe a little bit horizontally and vertically. But they also, they do a good job running some flood routes too, and so they may choose, as you said, if they do want to throw the football, maybe flood one side of the field and see how that works for them. But, what they've done so well tonight, and again, Anthony, that play where they scored to set up the field goal at the end of the first half, that'd be a really good play to run right here. And basically what that was a sideline route to the right, just beyond the sticks.
Here is the biggest play of the night. 3rd down and 10. 4 receivers set,
doubles,
2 by 2. And you got Reeves to the right hip of the quarterback, Griffin Hall, the junior. Reeves is a senior. A big game for him tonight. Shotgun snap. Looks to pass. A 1st down could ice the game. Here's a pass near side. It's going to be caught. He's got it for a 1st down to the 29-yard line. That catch by number 11, Gannon Cole. Good for a Central 1st down. Now, he did go out of bounds. It doesn't exactly stop the clock. But Great Bend still has the 1 timeout left.
Yeah, that's the same play they ran, it looks like, but they ran it to the left instead of the right this time.
What a catch on the near side sideline by Gannon Cole. What a throw by Hall.
Yeah, the delivery was great by Hall because he threw it to where nobody else was going to be able to get to it but his receiver. He threw it low and outside where he had to dive for it.
2:18 to go. He did go out of bounds, so the clock is stopped at 2:18. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. 2 receivers near side, quarterback, keeper. Hall's going to run up the middle. He's going to be tackled by number 24, Jackson Wanderer. Number going to get a timeout with 2:13 to go. We'll take a timeout with them. We're back with more right after this from Great Bend.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Welcome back to Great Bend Memorial Stadium. 23-21 is our score. This is a Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor, Bennington State Bank. We've already named our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game. We'll talk about it again. Also, we have our Smart Play of the Game by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. We've named that as well. We'll go over it again in our Commercial Tire Center post-game show. We're going to have a quick breakdown and talk about some numbers, talk about scoring plays, and talk about who is playing who in the state championship game in 5A next week in Emporia. 2nd down and 7, they're going to call it after a 3-yard run right there by Hall. That was his 16th carry of the night. No more timeouts for Great Bend. They can run 80 seconds off the clock. A first down wins it. Hall's going to go right side. He's going to be short of the line to gain to the 22. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. 2:05 to go. The play clock starts right there. They can run it down inside 2:30 or a minute 30. They can run it down inside a minute 30. If they get a first down, the game is over.
So right there, they just went B-gap that time. What that was just good zone blocking. You can see the quarterback kind of take a step back, look to see how the blocks were going to develop. The B-gap was where that ended up being, and he made a great run right there.
A minute 42 and counting. Play clock at 15 seconds. They can run it down inside a minute 30. Play clock at 10. Game clock a minute 36. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 3rd down and 3. Reeves, the running back. He goes left. We may get a timeout at 1 second, and we do. And we're back with more in 30 seconds on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
Back in Great Bend, this Great Bend crowd is stunned. Salina Central leads by 2, 23-21, a minute 26 to go with a timeout by Central. Great Bend is out of timeouts. Central is out of timeouts as well. If they get the first down, the game is over. Central goes to their first state championship game since 05. If they don't, it's 4th down, but they can run the clock under 35 seconds. 3rd down and 3. A first down ends it. Hall and Reeves in the backfield out of the shotgun. 2 receivers near side. Quarterback keeper going right. He's going to be stopped short. Premer pulls him back. It's a loss of a yard. A minute 20 on the game clock. 40 seconds on the play clock. They will have to snap it at 40 seconds. It is 4th down and 4. Ian Premer gets the stop. Neither team has any timeouts left. What are you going to here on 4th and 3?
Whew, boy, I don't know. They went to the follow right there. They led with Cooper Reeves, and the quarterback got in behind him through that B-gap again. I don't know. You know, it would be interesting to see. I think if I was to do this, I'd probably run that quarterback counter where maybe the C-gap and then have the quarterback go up the middle because that's worked very well for them tonight. But again, Great Bend's done a really good job here in the 4th quarter.
5 seconds on the play clock. 40 seconds to go in the game. 3 seconds on the play clock. 2 seconds. 1 second. They're going to snap it. Looking to pass. Hall's thrown over the middle of the field. It's going to be caught by Pack. He will go into the end zone and score a touchdown. And Salina Central's going to win it. And they're going to go to the state championship game next week in Emporia.
What a play call. Man, you know, they haven't thrown the ball over the middle like that all game long, except for early in the game, and that was a seam route. So right there, it was a post route. You saw him go. Nobody was anywhere near him. The safety's vacated, and I think they were looking at the run right there. When you are so run heavy and you can sneak a pass play in like that, that's huge in key situations. Been really, really impressed with Coach Sambo's coaching tonight.
Here comes the all-important PAT. Wow, what a play call. The first passing touchdown of the night for the Mustangs with a big one. Good snap, good hold. The kick is high. It is on the way, and the kick is good. The score, Salina Central 30, the Great Bend Panthers 21, and the Panthers are stunned. There's still 33 seconds to go in the game. That is another potential smart play of the game brought to you by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. You said it. What a gutsy call. We've said that 3 or 4 times tonight.
Yeah.
Pulling out all the tricks. Coach Mark Sanbo trying to make sure his team gets to the state championship game next week.
Well, I want to point something out here, though, because this goes to show you a lot of character. Because you didn't see any heads hanging by Great Bend when they came over to the sideline. They're out there meeting with their coach right now, setting something up. But I like the fact that no heads hanging. Their heads are held high. They're still out there talking to each other, pumping each other up, till the last second, and that's what good football teams do.
Wow, what a call. It looked like it was going to be a for sure run. It was a great fake by Hall, who dumped it off over the middle to Peck. You've been bragging on Peck all year when we did the Andover
I'll tell
game. You said he's a great wide receiver, could be a tight end in college.
Well,
what a job right there.
I think what I'm most impressed with is his blocking, but definitely he's got good hands, and he made a couple of great catches last week for first downs. He's a good, and you're right, he'll be a tight end probably because of his size and because he blocks so well.
Wow, what a play it was. 33 seconds to go in the game. Again, not over yet. 30-21 is the score.
The agility, too, by Hall is what's so impressive.
Ducks are going to pooch kick it there to the far side. It's going to roll, and it's going to be jumped on by Great Bend at the far side, the 43-yard line. And it was jumped on right there by 51, Trenton Kern.
So back to that play. Another thing for Hall, he's so mobile as a quarterback, and you never know when he's going to take off and run. And so that is a huge, huge advantage for the offense because it makes that secondary and those linebackers have to respect the run even more sometimes when you've got a mobile quarterback who's as quick as Hall, who can make that adjustment from being a passer to being a runner. And so that's been huge tonight. And, really for Salina Central, especially here in the fourth quarter, Hall has really been their key player.
Neither team has any timeouts left. Three receivers near side. Premer goes in motion. Minton takes the shotgun snap. Got to go in a hurry. Slings it sidearm near side. Caught by Premer at the 46-yard line of Salina Central. And Premer is going to go out of bounds near side on the Great Bend sideline. So still 27 seconds, but you're down by 2 scores.
Again, if you could score here and get a big play and then get an onside kick, it's not over.
The way this Central defense has been playing, they give up 21 a year. They have given up 21 points tonight.
You're willing to bend but not break here.
Going to be working the sidelines the rest of the way. Premer goes left, 3 receivers. Far side, looking to throw for Omach. Near side, Omach's got his man made. He's going to make the catch. He's going to score.
See? Now you got a chance you've got to get your extra point. Your onside kick here.
Cooper Omach, second receiving touchdown of the night. He's down in the end zone, hobbling to get up. Maybe a cramp in the back of the end zone, but he kept his feet long enough. He scored. It is 30-27 with 20 seconds to go in the game. What a pass from Daxton Minton down the near side sideline, and Great Bend not ready to give up yet.
Yeah, he just ran a go route. He got right past the corner, and there was a safety that also had come up, so they were trying to double cover him. He just outran the coverage right there. Minton threw a great ball. They were able to score. That's exactly what Great Bend needed right there.
46-yard connection right there on a touchdown between Daxton Minton and Cooper Omach.
Here's the thing. This is why this extra point can be important because
we got a player down on the field right now. That's why they're going to their sidelines.
So if you get the extra point here, okay, and you onside kick and get the football and get within field goal range, a field goal will win it. If you don't get the extra point here, the field goal would have to tie.
What a game this has turned into. Every time you think Central has finished it off, Great Bend comes back. 20 seconds again. I think this is Omach down on the field. He was down in the back of the end zone after he scored the 46-yard touchdown, and you could see him go down immediately behind the pylon. Now he's down on the field.
Well, are they stretching him? It looks like maybe, I think you're right, Anthony, maybe a cramp.
And Coach Beck's going to go over there and talk to him as well. Certainly hope everything is okay with him. Man, what a great season he's had. What a great game he has had.
That was a great play. I mean, he just outran the coverage right there on a go route. That's what you got to do. Use your speed, get in the open, have your quarterback throw the ball to where you can run underneath it, but he's got to throw it far enough that you can beat the defenders. And that's what I mean. Throw your guy open, but throw it far enough to where he can run underneath it if he's able to beat the coverage, and that's exactly what he did right there.
Again, this is our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor is Bennington State Bank. Coming up, we will have our Commercial Tire Center post-game show. We'll talk about our Vernon Jewelers Gym of the Game and also our Smart Play of the Game. We've had all kinds, and Omach is down, and he is now being helped up, but it's unfortunately for Cooper Omach is not good. He cannot put any weight on his right lower leg, ankle. He's being helped off the field.
Yeah, doesn't appear to be a cramp because if they were stretched out. I was trying to see if they were looking. He was at an angle where we couldn't really see, but the way they're helping him off the field doesn't necessarily look like that was a cramp. That's unfortunate.
And now here comes the all-important PAT, as you mentioned. Good snap, good hold. The kick, it's a low kick, but it's on its way.
Okay,
and the kick is good. 30-28 is our score. 20 seconds to go. It's going to come down to an onside kick. We'll have it right after this on Salina Post and the NFHS Network.
Kurt here from Abilene Termite and Pest Control. We can't control pests like that unemployed 25-year-old living in your basement, but the creepy crawly ones are our specialty. From Salina to Manhattan, Clay Center to Hillsboro, and everywhere in between. We've been locally owned and here for you since 1951, offering great service, a firm handshake, and no long-term contracts. Visit AbileneTermite.com or find us on Facebook. I'm Kurt Phillips, and we'll keep the bugs out for you.
Back here at Great Bend, it's all going to come back and come down to this onside kick. As mentioned, Salina Central, they have won 6 state championships. They're trying to get back for the first time since '05 when they won the state championship, and they won it that year over Stillwell Blue Valley for Great Bend. They're trying to get back to the championship game. First time since 2006. That was their only time they made it. Right now, Central is on top 30-28 with 20 seconds to go. If Central recovers the onside kick, they will win the game, and they will go to the state championship game next week. All right, your son's a kicker. What's the strategy here?
Well, I mean, the strategy is you got to bounce it. You got to get the right bounce. You want it to turn over the right way. It has to go 10 yards, but you want it to get up in the air. You want to give your guys time to get to the 10 yards to get to the football. So you want to take a kind of a crazy bounce. You want it to, and you work on this as a kicker. You want to kick top the football, get it to spin over, turn over, and bounce, and that's what you want it to do. So let's see how well he can execute this, because that's the hardest thing. You're right. The kicker's the key here. You got to have somebody get on it, but the kicker, the way that he kicks this is key.
Giovanni Cruz, number 17. He is a freshman kicker. He's got it teed up at the 40-yard line. Central has got their hands team out there right now, right near midfield. This is what it's going to come down to. Central leads by 2, 20 seconds to go in the game. Cruz with the onside kick. Looks like he's coming here near side. He's going to kick it near side. It's going to take a bounce. Central's got it. They recover it. Owings has got it at the 48-yard line, and they're going to go to the state championship game next week in Emporia.
Short of a bad snap. Yeah, I mean, you never know what could happen, but you're right. Chances are that's what's going to happen. You know, he gave it a shot right there. It didn't get quite that high bounce that you want, and, you know, that's a tough thing, especially for a freshman right there. But it could also bounce off the player, so that you get your hands team out there. If you're the receiving team, you want guys up front that touch the football. So you get your hands team out there knowing what they're going to do. So you put some receivers and some guys that touch the football a lot up there up front, and that's exactly what happened. A sure-handed guy caught the football and then smartly fell on it.
Going to go out of the victory formation. Hall's going to take the snap out of the shotgun. He goes to the right knee. He tosses the ball to the official, and Salina Central knocks off the undefeated Great Bend Panthers. And the Mustangs are going to the state championship game for the first time since 2005.
Well, and kudos to this football team. They were really impressive tonight. I think what impressed me most about them tonight, though, was their offensive line. They won that game in the trenches. Great Bend tried to even counter by running some run blitz and blitzing those linebackers. And, again, Salina Central, their offensive line won this game in the trenches tonight. Yes, Reeves ran the football very, very hard. Hall ran the football very, very hard. But you got to give the big guys up front a lot of credit, because tonight the Salina Central offensive line did a really good job in this football game.
What a game it was. Let's go ahead. Let's take a quick break. Let's go ahead and tally some quick stats right here. We'll come back. We'll have our Commercial Tire post-game show coming up right after this. It's our Commercial Tire Center post-game show. We'll have our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game and the Smart Play of the Game coming up right after this on the Commercial Tire Center post-game show on our Bennington State broadcast and the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week.
Come home for the holidays at Aeroplanes Townhomes in Salina. Brand new 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom homes with over 1,500 square foot for only $229,000. Storm shelter, 2-car garage, solid surface countertops included, sod, landscape, and sprinkler already installed. Plus $5,000 holiday cash on the last 8 homes in Phase 1. Take $5,000 cash or get a $5,000 credit for closing costs. You choose. Buy now and be in your new home in time for the holidays. Learn more at aeroplanesks.com.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
For a free personal protection review, contact Shelter Agent Cale Sharp in Salina.
When the time comes to honor a life, Hire Scott Mortuary in Salina is here with care, compassion, and guidance every step of the way. Celebrate memories, cherish family, and find comfort in tradition. Hire Scott Mortuary, celebrating life, embracing legacy.
Ready, set, forward at Long MacArthur in Salina. Just announced 0% on brand new F-150s. Over 100 trucks in stock with a 0% for 60 months. Plus, no payments until February of next year. Including new F-150s from Roush and Long MacArthur Performance, 0% for 60 months. Hurry, this offer expires soon with 0% on new F-150s. Find the perfect vehicle for you at Long MacArthur on the south side of Salina or longmacarthur.com.
You can hear the screaming down on the field as the Salina Central Mustangs are running over and greeting their fans on the far side. The Mustangs win it by a final score of 30-28. I'm Anthony Georges alongside Brian Field. This is the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's game sponsor, Bennington State Bank. What a game it was, back and forth down the stretch. Tied after the first quarter, 6-6. Central led 16-6. At halftime, it was 23-14 after the third quarter, and our final score 30-28 at the end of the game. All right, partner, we're going to get to some of our important stuff. Vernon Jewelers Gem of the Game, smart play of the game. But first, just your thoughts here on our Commercial Tire Center post-game show.
Well, as I said, Salina Central's offensive line, that was the key tonight in this football game. They needed to be able to control the defensive front of Great Bend and be able to get out on the second level, make some great blocks on those linebackers and any safeties that were coming in to support the run right there. And they did that all night long. Reeves, hats off to him. We know how hard he can run the football. And honestly, Hall, man, he did a great job running the football tonight too. A lot of fakes, throwing the ball when he needed to. But you got to take your hats off to Great Bend. What an incredible season they have. That's their first loss of this season. Those kids showed heart right up to the end. They didn't give up. We talked about it. They came to the sideline to talk to their coach. You could see their heads were up. They didn't have their heads down. They weren't giving up. They did exactly what they needed to do. Excuse me, they got the big touchdown pass, and then they just had to get that onside kick, but they never gave up. What a great season Great Bend has had. Hats off to them.
And what a great season Salina Central continues to have. Some final numbers. Reeves finishes with 159 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Hall 71 yards rushing. What a great night it was. And, you know, what's just crazy about it is they just ran so many trick plays. And some of them trick plays are our plays of the game. Our smart play of the game, brought to you by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington, was the fake field goal that turned into a touchdown. How about that? They snapped it to Griffin Hall, the quarterback. He pitched it to Abram Owings. Owings threw it to Bodie Rodriguez for a touchdown. What a play that was. That was our smart play of the game, brought to you by Smart Insurance with locations in Salina, Abilene, and Harrington. Our Vernon Jewelers Gem of the game was
the field goal. We liked the field goal at the end of the first half because they set that up so well, but it was against the wind. That young man made a great kick against the wind, his longest of the season, so a 32-yarder, and that was big. What a clutch kick, putting you in a situation where you have to come in. You know how important that kick is, and he did a really good job. Got it right through the uprights against the wind again, and we saw the wind affect a punt earlier in the game, so that was big, but especially after he had missed an extra point in the first quarter. So, you know, good gritty mentality right there to come in and get the clutch kick.
Let's go through and thank all of our sponsors for tonight's bank game. Bennington State Bank, Long MacArthur Ford, Precision Electric, Abilene Termite and Pest Control, Cale Sharp of Shelter Insurance, and Ryan Roofing. Aeroplanes, Marshall Motors, Hire Scott Mortuary, Sharp Performance, and Kelly Kitchener with Shelter Insurance. We'll continue on. AJ Honey Farms, Sage Products, Lily Pad Septic, Commercial Tire Center, Smart Insurance, and Vernon Jewelers. Dan Goebel at Salina Homes, Messenger Total Promotions, Salina Regional Health Center Careers, Kansas Bankers Technologies, Copy Co., and A-Pack Shears. All right, here's maybe the surprising one of the night. This was a stunner here. But Basler Linwood knocks off St. James Academy 28-20. So Salina Central, they win here tonight in Great Bend. They're the 2 seed. They will take on Basler Linwood next Friday at 2 o'clock in Emporia at Emporia State University's Welch Field. What a game that's going to be.
Wow.
You got to think Salina Central's feeling very good about this. What a playoff run they have had. They've scored over 30 points in every playoff game. They were just unbelievable down the stretch. And now fireworks are going off in the background.
Oh. One thing that's I think is pretty interesting is, so when you look at what Salina Central did last week, they beat their arch rival, their in-town rival, their cross-town rival in a playoff game. And I'll tell you what, man, the crowd was there, Central and South, standing room only. People were leaning on fences all over the place. Ryan Norton and I were there watching the game, trying to figure out where we could stand to see the game, and so that was huge. So you know that the city of Salina is pumped. You know South's going to support Central too, because even though they're rivals, and you heard Coach Sambo refer to that in pregame, they're going to definitely going to support Salina Central. The city of Salina is going to be behind them. What an interesting night. This was a good football game and a physical game at times. We saw a lot of physicality by both football teams. Basler Linwood, interesting. That's going to be an interesting game next week.
And another score update here, too. Southeast of Saline beats Hoisington 22-12.
Okay, so not much happened after halftime.
So,
two
Salina teams are going to play in the state championship game next weekend. This game right here, Salina Central, Basler Linwood, that will be in Emporia on Friday. And then you have Southeast of Saline playing next week in Hutchinson as well. All right, partner, it was a great time. Again, tonight, we really appreciate everybody watching on our Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week. Tonight's presenting sponsor, Bennington State Bank. Great season to Great Bend. Great luck next week to the Salina Central Mustangs. What a fun game it was. Fun season they're having, and they are hoping next week to get their first state championship since 2005. For Brian Field, I'm Anthony Georges. Trey, thanks so much for all your video work. Great job as always, man, and we certainly appreciate everybody for watching. From Great Bend, good night. Congrats to the Mustangs on going to the state championship.